Hey guys, and welcome to the Mysteries of Selindor, episode number 123. I am your GM Gagnor, and I forget a whole bunch of stuff. So, what did we do last week, Seti?
Last week, we did a whole bunch of stuff. SETI started networking to try to get people set up as champions, and Odin worked on like filter organs, and they made like the GI tract, and Mitnir worked on like leveling up, and I think that's pretty much all Mitnir did. But yeah, there was some like rune stuff, and so he gave a piece of his scale to be put into Orin's body, and it worked. It tricked the thing into not it tricked Orin's body into not becoming Northot that week. So that was cool. Um Aelman, this is probably the most important part, proposed cloning Orin's soul into the new body, which would split his current soul, and then we could divide his current soul from his current body in his inner realm, and then maybe it would see the other half in the new body and be like, oh hey, that's familiar, and then glom onto that, and that is how we could maybe do the transfer into the new body when it's complete. So that is currently the plan. Maybe we'll use the apperception chamber as a place to do it, so that if we have to fight Northot, we're doing it there. Maybe we can ask Primus about the other arrangements he might be able to make for us, because he's certainly got a lot of bolts. I think that's the most salient stuff. Anybody got it?
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Okay. Obviously, they've been making a lot of progress in the creation of Orin's new body. And as we begin week 6, some notable things have happened around the Temple of Vedova. One is the re-arrival of an old friend, and Theodore St. Chortle greets this individual as they come back into the workshop, which they share. And he says, "Oh, well, it's so darn good to see you, Cressis. Your weaponry is top-notch in the world of Aquan development." "Of course, it is so good to be back, my friend." And once she catches eye of Orin, once again she goes, "Oh, hello, old lover." As you see the angel Cressis Bloodkin, the angel shark folk that you probably don't wish to see again ever in your lifetime, stands before you, leaning on what appears to be some sort of very large aquam cannon.
I duck behind Mitnir. No.
She looks at you guys.
That brings back many memories as well. I love my lovers fleeing.
Oh boy.
So how have you been, New Death? So good to see you all once again.
Some of us better than others?
She says, "Are you trying to flirt with me again? Because I'm easily ready for round 2.
No, I'm not. No.
Y'all keep your hormones out of my workshop, I'll tell you. It is a place for the mind to swell, not the other head.
Okay, well, that's enough of that. Cressis, what brings you to this neck of the woods?
Oh, well, this is still, of course, my stomping ground. I may run with the old boys, testing out my new weapons out there, but in general, this is where I reside, sharing my workshop with the venerable Professor Theodore St. Chortles.
My, you've got such a way with words, Cressis.
And as it were, it was time to return. Meanwhile, have you guys seen that casino?
Is that what they've been working on all this time?
Oh, yes. I've lost a couple of the boys over there recently, but, well,
Wait,
time does drag on in here.
You
Is
lost
that where
them?
the Aquam is going? Is that where they're funneling it all?
A lot of the Aquam seems to be headed in that direction, but in general, the four directions of Aquam carriage were well determined by the earliest group of what you freed. An agreement was made.
Good for
A
them.
fourth goes to us. here to do our research. A fourth goes to that abomination they built to the east, controlled by the what's it called? Oh, the people of Coralweave, their cash cow, as it were. That development is always ongoing. Then another quarter of what drops and is carried is headed straight to the Gap, where it is used to maintain the buildings and spread our culture. At a certain point, we wish to spread it more onto the land and make a sprawling city within this space that doesn't take up too much of the wildlife. And then the last quarter was given specifically to one that had claimed themselves to be the new, what do they call them? The caretaker of the cauldron, the guardian, I suppose.
Wait, who's that?
Nobody really knows. They moved in very shortly after, and this is as I quote from my captain. The old hag shipped out. A new one moved in.
A new hag? Or is that the figure of speech?
It could be a figure of speech, but knowing him, all it says is that she's female. He called me a hag once. Can you believe that? With this body?
I can't believe that. What an idiot.
So not the same one with the walking house.
I believe she was the old one he was referring to.
Mm-hmm.
After she left, things opened up, and after you all set us free, in a sense, most of us took to staying here. Some of us spread out, but almost all of us have returned by now.
I'd be curious to see who's, saying they run this place. Especially if it's actually a hag.
It's hard to say for certain. The boys came back, but broken in some ways. And I mean financially most of all.
Oh, well, that can happen when you have money.
But
Well, as it were.
it'd probably be important to see who they think, who thinks they're in charge of this place.
Yeah,
Well, it's
on the one
entirely up to
hand,
you. I
feel-
stopped in, saw the gambling den, and decided there were better uses for my time. But
So
they
do
spent
they
the
run the
past
gambling
10 months
den?
or so building this place to the west. You
Does the
said they run.
caretaker run the gambling den?
It's hard to say. I haven't seen any signs of them, but they have been referred to as the lady of the house. And when I inquired, they said I didn't meet the criteria to meet the lady. Whatever that might be. I'm one of the oldest residents in here. Not that you know.
Of course. Well, it's very
We can't let
interesting.
Mitnir go in there. He's really bad at gambling.
Yeah, well, you could let him go in there, but you'd have to take all his money first.
But then what's the point in going?
They do, I believe, use Aquam as the basis of their currency, but they've done something strange to the Aquam there. It's odd. Anyways, if you do go there and gamble, keep your wits about you. There's Fae about, that much I know for certain.
Yeah, gambling in a fade then is like, well, gambling in a fade then.
Isn't all of
Maybe it's one
Selindor
of your
basically a
sisters
fade
or
den?
something.
What?
They were both talking at the
Oh.
same time and my brain almost exploded.
Maybe somebody you know, Seti.
Not all Fae know each other. That's rude.
Well, your dad gets around, so it's very possible.
Oh, you're saying it might be another sister. Well, I feel like I'm related to literally everybody I meet, so
I mean,
maybe.
it kind of seems that way. We run into a lot of them.
I'm very curious, and but also we're in the middle of important stuff, and I feel like maybe we should keep our heads down and not get into any more trouble.
Well, if that suits you fine. Hey, Oren, want to go check out my new toy?
And she takes this cannon and like slumps it over. It's the barrel is about 4 feet long, and it seems to like come down to what appears to be this large aquam. Not sure what kind of device, but it has tubes that are shucked into it, and it looks like there are a bunch of tubes under her arm that have aquam canisters. You got to imagine is probably a full bar of AE worth of aquam that is made into whatever this sort of canister is that she's loading into this launching apparatus.
She says, it's a lot of fun.
Maybe later. I don't have time right now. We're kind of busy working on things.
That's right, Precious. It's all hands on deck. Although I know your little flippers are made specifically for the destruction of all, so you can continue about your business. But hey, if you need a free hand and you don't mind her working on your inner bits, she's quite the aquamsmith. What is this about your inner bits, Glow Boy?
Well, not my current inner bits. We're making a new body.
Ew. Why?
This one's going to expire soon.
Oh. Ugh. You should have told me you were expiring when we made love. Ah.
And she just storms off out of the room.
Well, all right.
I knew that's all it took. I would have said that sooner.
I feel like telling people you're about to die would make them. Well, I guess maybe Curses doesn't feel pity. I don't know.
Or
I'm okay with this result.
She does not. She does not feel pity.
No.
I think maybe having an unknown quantity who thinks that they're in charge here is probably. I don't want them to maybe interfere. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
and
going
that.
to be here a few more months.
Yes, and that's why I'm like, we should keep our heads down and hope they don't notice us.
At least we could ask around and see. I mean, maybe. I don't
Asking
know,
around
it's-
could be a good way to get noticed, though. But I don't have a lot else.
Well, I don't know.
going
We have a
on
little
since-
bit of pull, right? We could just tell people we'll close the place down again. They don't know that we can't.
Oof. Yeah. Lots of people will.
They don't know
try
how
to
we opened it.
Prevent us from doing
For all
that.
they know, we can close it again.
Sort of the opposite of low profile.
No, I'm just saying, if it comes to it, right? What are they gonna do? They don't know how we opened it. There's one person who knows how we opened it. He's not here.
Well,
The only concern I have about that, Cleary says, existing for the first time in my memory till right now. As we know with Glass, whenever he took over his cauldron as guardian, he seemed to gain full controls over its faculties. I'm not sure if that entails the same way here, or if they have some sort of control apparatus in the same way, but if they did, it might be a hard bluff.
yeah. That's what I was thinking about.
Now, wouldn't the control be here in the temple? This is where everything went down last time. Why would they have control all the way over there?
I would expect that they would have control here, but we're not exactly certain of the nature of these demi-planes that are created, these world fractures, these slices of other realities, and how they're developed. The rules of them could change upon the will of a strong enough being. I'm just not sure if the Guardian is of that level.
We could go
Oh.
down to the place where we opened it and see.
We can certainly try. I mean, the area is open. In fact, you can walk down there easily right now if you'd like to check it out. There are currently people exiting the cauldron right now. As it stands, it is a permanent exit point for this cauldron.
Right.
I don't know. I don't see what getting involved gets us.
Well, I don't. Once again, I don't think it is wrong of us to find out who might have moved in here. and make sure that they are, as it were, not tentacly in the wrong way.
Right. I mean, if it's somebody who is.
If this is another attempt of some sort of eldritch being to lurk their way in, much like they did in the last cauldron, this many people have developed here, as many resources come from here, and the, well, not so cheap war effort. I would say this is a place of concern. A place
Ignorance
to-
does not benefit us. I do not think.
I just wish
So-
stuff would stop happening for once. We still haven't had a chance to talk about what we're going to do.
That is true. Would you like to just sit down and talk about that? As a
Well,
group?
we can't.
Well, we can't with Cleary here, but
Oh, right, me. I'm the problem. I knew that was the thing. Right, I can go.
well,
Well, you don't have to do that right now.
And
We
if
can
you'd
Yeah.
like,
decide
I
if
could
we're
just
doing-
investigate over there by myself. I do feel now that most of the tattoos actually should just be done by now. The limited amount of help that I can provide, I think, would be finely served if you, as investigating
Well, are
this
the
gambling
rings
den.
within distance? Can you contact us with the rings without any issues?
Oh, I believe so.
It's close enough. Is it within range?
What's the range on them?
Like 600 feet or 6,000 feet. It's like a mile.
Oh, it's like a mile.
That maybe not.
So they would be slightly out of range between those two places.
But he could send us a message if nothing else, right? It's once per day or something, right?
Yeah.
well,
Well,
I
he
don't
doesn't have map sending,
I don't have a
Not
lot.
a
but
of-
he can
ring.
use
The ring
but he can
has-
use the seal,
we
and
have
you can
seals.
use the
That's
ring.
what I'm saying. Yeah, that. You can use
I don't have a lot that I feel like I can do around here. I mean, I can collect Aquim if we still need more. But
We do.
if Cleary, if you're going to go investigate some Fey hag situation potentially, then maybe I should come along.
Sure. Yes. If you want to do that, we could make the group investigate the gambling den. And I think going in pairs is probably a good choice to keep anybody from
We still need to stick to the body
getting into
system,
too
I
much
think.
trouble. Yes, certainly.
Sorry, what are the new ones called, by the way? So I can.
What?
The new
The
what?
rings.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We add them to our
Bound.
sheets or not?
It's bound magisteel band, I think, or ring. Bound magisteel ring.
Bad
Let me see.
magic. Are they all the same?
Yeah, it's just one item.
Okay, cool.
Bound magisteel ring.
Thank you.
Does anybody else feel that their time would be better served dealing with this gambling den? Mitnia?
Well,
Roxy?
I mean, I don't have anything to create at the moment. Any organs as such.
So we're basically
Um,
just waiting on the brain. So is there no reason why we can't? Well, I suppose we should probably leave somebody here to guard the body, unless we truly trust Mercule not to do something odd to it while we're gone.
Well, I
Um,
still have to work on the outer shell.
There's that.
Yes. How are you planning on going about doing that specifically?
I need
I
to
think
talk
we-
to Primus.
Ah,
I was actually gonna see if you and Seti could assist me with that.
Oh, with
Um,
talking to
communicating with-
Primus?
Primus?
We can't go to see him because that would speed time up too much, but I don't know if we can access him through your dream capabilities.
Ugh, I mean, probably,
I
but
could-
I've been warned against visiting actual gods. If we aren't welcome, then it, could go badly. But,
He seems the type that might try to kill you if you do that.
yeah, I would maybe just, we've spoken with his avatar a couple times. Maybe we could just make a regular phone call and see what happens first.
Yeah. Do we have his contact?
You might want to contact
sorry,
one
yes,
of his.
I do have Primus's contact. As the prefect of the school, I am capable of contacting my headmaster, at least, to get the information to then contact him directly. You're not meant to do it my way, but I do have his access codes to call him. We
And
could do
if
that.
not Primus directly,
anytime.
you might be able to communicate with one of his, what do you call them, the weird guys that were in there with him, right? Maybe, what did he call them? The
Modred?
Tridon? What, I don't forget what they called them. The ones that scanned you and everything, remember? They scanned us. They were in there in the room with him. I forget what they called them.
Don't remember what you're talking about. My brain is completely fried.
I think the faces that were along the wall.
Oh, yeah. In Primus's actual chamber. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was so confused about who you were talking about. I was like, what are you talking about?
His like his
Let me
little
just get-
like tertiary
Uh,
guys, like they're like
Yeah.
high up there, but not him himself.
They're called tertians. That's what they're called.
Tertians. Yeah. Because they
Well,
have like they're much more advanced than his like lower things, but they
Yeah, when
probably
you
have
looked at them, they
access to-
had golden flesh onto their body as well whenever you saw them. And they seem to have what Orin kind of wants to make. They seem to be made of that material. So in
Probably
whatever
have
way that is
similar
manufactured or
knowledge.
created, those people would definitely know that.
Well, we can start with a call to his short little old avatar guy.
Sure.
Let's do that.
Okay. So Cleary gets out his seal, which is like somewhat less impressive than your guys' seals, but it's well made. He seems to have like carved it out of himself, like the exterior, out of some kind of maybe moonstone, maybe actual moon rock. You're not entirely sure, but he does take it and begin calling Primus, who answers immediately and says, "What can I do for you? This is Primus here. Totally not busy. What's all happening with whoever's calling here?"
Well, hi, you have Cleary and Seti and Orin on the line.
Gotcha! This was totally just a
Damn
recording message. You'll have to leave a message after the beep, you dumbass.
Wow, that was so rude. That was a really good prank, though. I'm going to figure out how to do that on my seal for sure. We'll try again later.
Should we leave a message?
Oh shit! Message! Hi Primus, this is Seti and Cleary and Orin, and we'd really like to talk to you about a project for Orin that would maybe be really bad if it goes badly. And right up your alley. Sorry, this is weird, bye.
Okay, so you hang up.
Charisma.
I feel like
what
a
now?
I feel like a dumbass talking to a machine is not talking back.
I mean, it did talk first.
I feel like you haven't had a lot of conversation with Primus then.
Well, no, I
Just really
haven't,
talking to a machine.
I didn't like that either.
And then there's a moment, and then suddenly mist starts pouring out of Cleary's seal and just begins to rise up, and you see text begins to appear. What kind of project?
Oh,
do
are
we
we still
text
on the
back?
line?
Do we have to text back?
Can you?
It's like, I didn't know there was a feature for this, but yeah, we're going. So he just like takes out and
explain.
begins gesturing into the mist with his finger, and you can write on it, and then it kind of like fades out. It's not like a texting sort of thing. There's no interface like that, but
Kind
you
of like
just sort
the
of whisper
Skywrite
the smoke
spell,
in
but
it.
very.
Yeah. So he says, what should we say? Or would you like to, Orin?
Or I'll go and do the typing or whatever. So I'm going to say creating an aquam-based biomechanical skin for a body.
It fades away. There's a moment. It says, why are you using aquam to make a bio skin? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Question mark, question mark, question mark, error, query, error, question mark.
For its magical capabilities?
There's just a moment where there's just complete silence, and then it like comes back and it says, "Why do you need my help with your weird Aquam experiment?"
All right, I'm gonna have to send him a long text here and try to explain what we're doing. So I don't know if I can short form text, but I'll say like, this is Orin. We're creating me a new body. My current one is going to be taken over by Northought at any day now. And I've seen your work, and I want to make something similar.
And also, if you happen to have a place where we could stash the old body when it becomes Northought, where we could try to eradicate it safely, that would be great. Thanks, Seti.
All right, you guys write all that, and then it fades, and it's just like all over this thing, and then a little message pops up, and it says, "I'm sorry, the number of characters that you have used have exceeded the number that are capable of being sent through this interface." And then there's a moment, and that fades away. And then it fades back, and it says, "Gotcha."
I knew it! You didn't get me that time, you motherfucker!
You're just yelling at it, and then it fades away again. And it says, "I can certainly send you some skin if you'd like. But I do not have time to teach you how to be like me."
Grim, right? Look, he's like, we're trying to use Aquam because we're using Vedava's nectar in the construction of his body. We want to make sure it's compatible with his organic parts.
There's a moment, and then there's an equation that is sent. You look at the equation, it is long, it is complicated, and you don't really understand it.
Nah.
Still gonna write it down.
Huh?
He's still gonna write it down.
So you guys just start like writing down the equation like as quickly as you can, and you write it down, and then it fades away, and then it fades back and says, "Use that. I will send skin." And then it closes off, and the mist fades back into the device.
Okay, that was easy. I imagine that between
Gotta get all the
Turtle
big brains
guy
on this
and-
equation.
between Turtle Guy and Eagleman, we should probably be able to figure that out, right?
And Mark Yule, or whatever.
And Mercule, and yeah.
Mercule.
And your
So,
ex-girlfriend, yeah.
As you
probably.
guys take this equation and you bring it over, who are you going to take it to first?
Chortle.
So Theodore St. Chortle. So Theodore's sitting there, and as you guys walk up, he's like, "Oh, how's it going? I thought you guys were doing something. Now, how can I help you at this moment, eh?"
Can you make any sense of this equation? And I'll show it.
It's got something to do with skin.
Well, okay, what a hootenanny is this? What is this formula even? Did you even get all the layers? And then he goes looking at it, and he like he puts it down on the table and just starts looking at all of what you wrote down. He's like, "This is sloppy work. Who transcribed this? This is not the original writer."
It was with
Very
transcribed
limited
it-
time to copy it.
It has to do with skin. We're trying to
It's from
getting
Well-
a
France.
delivery of skin.
I don't know about skin, but this is an alchemical formula that I believe is, well, in theory, I've seen something similar to this in books talking about the Philosopher's Stone. So I'm not entirely certain, but this should be something used in the changing of one matter of material to another.
Yes, well, we were talking to Primus, and he's sending us skin to use for Oren's body. And this is supposed to help us to make sure that it is compatible with his organic body.
Oh, okay then. Well, you're that's the headmaster of your school, Hootsie, right? I've heard about him. Well, he's a
Yes,
smart fella. We could take time to crack this. I mean, first of all, we gotta make sense of what you wrote and then try to transcribe it properly, and then we've got to use that alchemical procedure based on what's sit here. Oh, it's like a diagram. It's not even a real like the actual spell's not written here.
It's
It's a
called
diagram.
Eggleman.
There's
Eggleman. Eggleman, are you busy?
you hear the a sound like coming from the other room, and then he's like, Sebastian, Sebastian, come together, Sebastian. And then you hear, and the sound of a door just like moving, and then you see this mechanical horse just walks out into the hallway, and then like approaches towards you, and just goes.
It's just Sebastian.
It's just Sebastian.
Yep, he's busy.
I guess he's busy. But Sebastian, if you can tell your master, I don't know if you can talk to him, but
Then there's a
when he
moment
gets a
where it
chance,
goes,
we need his help with
I
an
don't
equation.
know if you can talk to him, but in it.
and the recording stops. He plays back your own voice at you.
We need help with an equation.
We need help with an equation.
I'm just gonna like send him, push him back.
You start pushing him, and he goes, and he makes the noise. No lips or anything to make this noise. It's just the noise plays out of his mouth, and then he. There's noise. Sebastian comes back, and you see like dangling around his neck is a chalkboard.
Okay, we need help with an equation.
Oh, I think it means to write the equation on there.
Oh, that would make more sense, wouldn't it?
All right, somebody make me an intelligence check, or actually an arcana check to attempt to transcribe this properly.
Can Cleary assist?
Yeah, Cleary
Cleary
can
should
assist.
probably be the one helping with the
Well,
Arcana
fine,
check. 'Cause-
Cleary will do it. Where's my dice?
Yeah, Cleary,
Oh,
the one who's proficient and
In Arcana?
intelligence based.
yeah. Oh, that's not
Good
so
job,
good.
Minier.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
about
makes
as
the
well as
first
I can
attempt.
do.
It's just
we'll
like
do with advantage. Oh, that's much better. So
All
he
it is the
successfully
numbers and
transcribes
say
it. Not only does he successfully transcribe what you guys have done, but he actually does it better than you did it, and probably way closer to the original. He says that should be closer. Theater's like, well, now that makes a lot more sense. I'll tell you.
Yeah, because Grim would have done a 6. Yeah.
yeah, Mitnir drew a
Yeah.
picture in his attempt.
Yeah. All right. So he sends it back, and then Theater's like, well, I'm sure he'll take a look at it when he gets a chance. And in the meantime, we'll go over it. I'll pass it around as long as you guys don't mind it being passed around. It's not secret knowledge, is it?
Probably. Yeah, probably should keep it just between, us and Eggleman, I would think.
Just those that have been working on the body.
So, Professor Mercule is an acceptable individual, correct?
I
He's
think so.
better with
He's not gonna-
equations than most of the rest.
Yeah,
I'll
I think
take
so.
a copy
Yeah.
over to him as well. And we'll get cracking on this in our spare time between the three of us. We might be able to figure something out.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you as soon as we have it.
Yeah, I mean, we are using his tube, obviously, so it would be rude to not use the expertise.
Cool. Well, I'll get that started.
Great.
And then from the other room, you hear, "Oh, what an interesting equation!" You hear yelling from the other room.
Thank you, Eggleman.
No response. What would you guys like to do now? You are at the beginning of week 6, first day
Field
of the
trip.
week. You guys gonna go on your field trip?
Do I have to do my roll at the beginning of the week?
I usually do it at the end of the week, but
end
if
of
you
the
would
week?
like,
Okay. No, I'll wait. It's fine. That roll has not been going well lately.
So, are you guys heading to whatever is on the west bank of the Quixotic Lock? The Crescent Isle?
Yes.
Sure.
Cool.
I guess
How are you
so.
guys going there? Are you just gonna take a boat like straight across at an angle, following the shoreline, or you can go there by walking to the butthole, then walking from the butthole straight over to the wherever this new place is, or how would you like to do that?
And what's the
Whatever's
shortest route?
fastest.
Can we get there with the
Arguably,
boat?
we should
Flying
cross to
would be
where we can
fastest.
get Aquam on the way.
Well, if we can fly, then why don't I just use my spell?
Hmm?
If we can fly, I'll just use.
I mean, if you can
Windwalk.
fly, you can fly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, great. Yeah, that would definitely be the fastest way to get there.
But we could get Aquam on the way.
If you wanted to get Aquam on the way, then you would want to go there around 6 p.m. Because that is when the Aquam showers happen around the butthole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be way later than now.
If you're going early, I can just give you some Aquam if you're going to the casino, and then you can get some on the way back.
So
Perfectly
don't we have like
acceptable.
5,000 something right now?
How much Aquam do you have? I don't know how much Aquam you have.
Well, I have a little over 5,000, but some of this has been used in the construction. I don't know how much yet.
Oh yeah,
So-
I would say probably each system that you're working on, that you're working with Aquam, is going to take. Go ahead and roll me 2d12.
$16.
16. So 1,600 Aquam.
Okay.
Is what each system's basically cost you. So you did the filtration system that way, right? So that
Yep.
cost you about 1,600 Aquam to make. And you did the vascular system as well. So yeah, so go ahead and subtract 3,200 overall. I think everything else is made out of organic materials or some other stuff.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
my
the heart-
stuff was made
The
of-
heart was made of Magisteel and Zephyrite, I think.
Yeah, and it runs on Aquam, but Vetiva's nectar rather, and it's crystallized nectar. So it's not specifically Aquam that was used for any of that. So yeah, so I would say you've used 3,200 of your Aquam for that.
Okay.
Or I could let you roll separately. I'll let you roll separately for the vascular system if you'd like, or you can just keep your roll of
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Alright, cool.
a fine number.
You can get some more on the way back.
So I have about 1,900-ish left, so I don't know, you guys good with like 500? Is that enough?
Probably.
All right, so he gives you a pouch with 500 Aquam in it. The sounds of them sort of like squeaking against each other is a bit like bothersome. It's almost like a sack of marbles that weigh nothing, just grinding against each other.
And we can get some more on our way back too. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, we'll have to get more a couple days this week at least.
All right. So as you guys make your way there, you're gonna windwalk.
Yeah, we'll windwalk. It's fast. It lasts 8 hours and it's 300-foot flying speed.
Or are you staying behind? Or are you going with?
I'm staying behind.
Okay, so Orin's staying behind. Anybody else staying behind? Okay. So as you guys get your
I don't know if Robbie should go or not. She might want to stay with Orin.
it's entirely up to you.
Where
I'll
would
stay
you
with Orin.
feel most? Yeah. Okay.
Perhaps he wants to be near him in case anything happens.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So you'll stay to sort of like keep
Three
an
of
eye on
us,
things and
and
help
is-
out where people need.
Cleary's with us then?
Clear is with you.
Okay.
So that's
four
a
of us
group
are
of four.
windwalking.
So as the four of you wind walk, you find yourself quickly taking on this wispy, effervescent form. And it's really freeing. You feel the weight just come off of, like, just completely exit your body, and you feel all of your aches and pains and years of adventuring just become nothing, as you can simply soar through the skies at will. And as you do such, it takes you not a whole lot of time at all. How long is the duration on windwalk? Not long, right?
It's 8 hours.
What's the speed?
300 foot per round.
Oh, that's so fast.
It's insanely fast. You
Yeah,
can
so I
travel crazy speeds.
I think it probably
It's meant
takes
for
you
like
guys.
long. It's meant
I
for
think it
long
only
range
takes you guys
travel.
about an hour to make it to whatever this place is, which you do begin to see as you approach that there are a few individuals making the trek from the butthole over to this new establishment. And as you begin to make your way there, seeing that little small stream of rainbow light sort of trickling off, which is the rainbow sort of bridge of Aquam that goes in the westerly direction, you see a building, very large. Appears to be something that you wouldn't have anticipated being described as a casino. Looking at it directly, it appears more to be a very lavish, very tasteful mansion. The only real difference that you can note is that the very front courtyard, beyond the fence that sort of sits on the edge of the Quixotic Lock, goes straight out to the beach from there. But from what you can see, there appears to be a sort of gated-in area, and there are several little stalls that you can see even at a distance, an individual sort of trading and doing business, a little small market around a central fountain in the center of the square. On either side of that, it leads back into another separated area that appears to be long, wide-spreading gardens that seem to have various different kinds of fruits and vegetables on one side, and the other side seems to be flowers of different colors that you probably couldn't even imagine if it weren't for the fact that a few of you have traveled to different planes enough now and have seen enough of the wildflowers that are growing in the Summer Grove and the Twilight Grove to know that a lot of these are originating from the Fey Realm, but others, even still, you've never seen in your life. Wherever they come from, they must be from all over the different planes of existence at the very least. Otherwise, it is a very large manor, behind which you see a building that seems to have steam rising out from it and sort of pouring out in all directions, almost sticking to the ground in some ways. And as you do begin to approach, where would you like to go? Would you like to come in from the bridge side, or would you like to just go, how would you like to land?
At the door.
It's just at the entrance, I guess, and then we just can. It takes us
All
one
right,
minute
so
to materialize.
as the wind begins to pick up, and as you guys pour into this area, you are basically right at the entrance. This, which is not closed, but there does appear to be a person standing in front of it. When I say person, I mean someone of a shorter stature with green skin seems to be standing at the front of the door with a monocle over one eye and a very stern, regal appearance. This goblin sits and waits patiently as you all materialize into your forms. And as you do so, a couple people are very surprised, especially some of the other patrons that are talking to many of these stall vendors. But most of them are unfazed, the stall vendors themselves. And as this individual watches you coalesce, he says,
Why, hello there. How may I help you here today at the House of Fate?
Hi, we're here to visit. And
Very well.
yep,
Everything here is of the highest, most quality. Feel free to enjoy the market. I am sure the vendors here will be very happy to assist all of you. Meanwhile, if you are feeling very weary from your travels, the lady of the house always opens her hot springs up to those who need a rest.
oh, that sounds nice.
But of course, it is a complimentary service here at the House of Fate. Now, if you are here for a bit of fun, a bit of money making and gambling, please head inside and exchange your aquam for tokens. 1 aquam per token, and you may spend them on the wonderful prizes.
and as you guys look and gesture inside, he gestures towards something that says prize shop against one of the walls. It's this big, deep, open area. And when you look inside, you can see sparkling goods behind glass inside.
It says, make yourself at home here, and remember that if you make mistakes, you can always get more aquam at the butthole and come right back.
That's
There
true.
you go.
There we go.
So in service of fun, and in service of a good time, not the same thing sometimes, let us all go in and party, shall we? And welcome to the House of Fate.
And he just gestures and lets you inside. It is well decorated. There is red carpet leading into the area. It is very casino-like in that way. And then you walk in, there are 6 different tables where things are happening. You can see that there's a satyr that's dancing on top of one of the tables and just throwing cards up into the air, and they're sort of flying around. You can see others. There's a roulette table. There's a table where people are rolling dice, a table where people are playing poker and blackjack and all kinds of different things. On the left side, the West Hall, opposite of the prize room, you can see that there is a hallway that says fortune telling this way. There's also stairs that lead up, almost like a grand ballroom has like the staircases that lead up to the second floor. You can see that those are off limits. There are guards standing on either side of the stairways. Other than that, there seems to be patrons that are coming in and out of the bathhouse area to the back, and they look so relaxed. They're wearing big cushy robes, and then they're just sitting down at the tables. You can see lots of people wearing robes. Some people are just hard and adventurous. And then you even see one of the Mako twins sitting at a table, like feverishly looking down at his cards.
Oh, hey! Said he
He
will
goes,
approach.
Oh, hey, long time no see, you guys. Yeah. Wow. Have you seen my brother?
No, we just got here. Is he around somewhere?
Oh, shit. No. It's fine. He told me not to come here.
Oh, are you having a bit of a problem?
Well, it's fine. It's just Aquam. But, yeah, I'm a little in the hole.
Well, I hope your luck improves.
Yeah. Best of luck to you guys.
How long has this place been here?
This place? I mean, they just opened. Grand opening was, last week?
Yeah, and like, did anybody know it was happening? Did it just kind of appear?
Oh, we knew they were building it here ever since we knew that, as Pop said, the new hag was moving in. I don't think it's a hag, though. She seems real nice. I mean, I haven't met her directly, but everybody who talks about her holds her in high regard.
Oh,
Now,
really?
you don't do that with hags, I'll tell you.
Do you know anybody who has met her?
Well, everyone who works here has met her, and they all agreed that this is agreed to this, and I don't know. He says, "Sir, you're yeah. Sorry, I gotta play.
Sorry, good luck. Already, I'm very suspicious. I mean, I was already very suspicious, but now
as
I'm
you leave
still
this table,
suspicious.
you find yourselves looking. There are still some more hallways that lead back into some different rooms that aren't directly visible from where you are. But yeah, the space seems open and friendly, and there's the market outside. What would you like to do?
I think we should probably examine these tokens. Somebody said they were weird, right? I guess we'd probably say that in the ring, right?
Yeah, we could exchange some Aquam for some of the tokens and
Can
Yeah,
say that in the
so
ring, just
you
be
do
like,
that. You look at the prize room, and he says, "Yeah, here to exchange your tokens. Go ahead and walk on up. I'll get you settled in right off, so sweet and happy."
Yeah.
And you look at this
Yeah,
individual.
the
He's got a
rings were-
very bulbous head. It is way too large for his body. It's not even like he's not even small either in large head. He's like a normal sized person with a very big head, like a bobblehead, but on an actual person.
Yeah, so
How many Aquam would you like to exchange for tokens?
do we want to just do all of it?
Let's not do all of it. I don't know.
I don't know what the exchange rate is.
Can't be suspiciously small, right?
Well,
But
in interest of not draining the people of the local population of their funds, we have limited to 200 Aquam per person and any given exchange per day. That way we don't drain you of all your money so fast.
Let's do 200 total, and then each of us will get 50 to like walk around with.
Surely.
And he takes the 200
There we go.
Aquam from you and gives you tokens.
He says, these here are tokens of the House of Fate. We call them Fate tokens. With these, you can play the games and earn prizes that you can chain in here. Now, if you look ahead behind me on the wall,
And he gestures to like a whole bunch of like bags that have like question marks on them and stuff like that.
you could take random grab bags. Those are cheaper. For just 100 tokens, you can go for an uncommon item, random type. And that could be pretty cool. But for 300 tokens, you could pick any uncommon item on the board from our catalog and just take it home with you, just like that. Now, for 500 tokens, you could get your hands on something a little more rare, but it's still going to be a random grab bag, unless you wanted to step yourself up a little bit higher than that. And then you could spend about 800 tokens to choose a rare item from our catalog. Bear in mind that one Aquam is still on the outside world a platinum worth of gold.
Right.
Grim will just like say into the ring and be like, Larry, what do you think? Do these tokens look? What do you think? He's just like, do they look weird to you?
I wouldn't say they look weird, but they do remind me of the strive tokens from the other cauldron. The architecture of the token is similar. I think that these were made under the authority of the Guardian, the same way the others were made by the Guardian of the other realm. I think that they have co-opted a similar system here, but I'm not entirely sure what their purpose is. Obviously not to keep you warm, but perhaps they serve another purpose.
Well, interesting. Let's while we're doing the exchange, I just want to like make small talk with the guy and be just like, so how did you come to work here?
Me? Well, I was working with the market for a long, long time, I'll tell you what. But I've really enjoyed my time working here for the lady of the house. She's a real bee's knees of a lady, I'll tell you what. But as it is, well, doing a job one way where we're flying around from here to town, it's one thing, but having a home is something else. I think I'm going to like it here.
Yeah, it sounds great. Everyone seems really hyped up about all this. Is the lady around somewhere?
Oh, well, she's upstairs in her quarters, but you're not to bother her unless you meet the criteria.
What's the
Oh.
criteria?
Yeah, what's that?
Oh, well, the criteria is to have played enough games in this place to have, as we say in the business, exceeded your fortunes. Any person who starts here with a certain amount and are lucky enough to raise that by 10 times what they started with is given the right to meet the lady of the house, as they are a person of positive fortune.
Oh.
So you have to have good luck, essentially, or suspiciously good luck.
That's how it is.
What games are there?
Oh, well, you got blackjacks, you got roulettes, you got rollies. Those are the easiest. You've got you could always try to take your luck with the card collector. You play with him, and you can win tokens just by impressing the guy. Not to mention you can get tokens off of people outside just by making small deals, the way Sealies do.
What do you mean the card guy? What is
The card collector is he's a satyr over there. And he points, you see the guy dancing on the table. Oh, well, if you've got a good card trick he really like, I'm sure that'll make him like you even more. He might give you tokens just for that.
Oh,
So
that's
what, you just do cool shit, and then he's like, here, have my tokens.
Yeah, you impress him, or I don't know, try talking to him yourself.
Okay.
You tell him the prize monger sent you, all right?
All right. I think Seti's going to kind of like move around the floor and like try to overhear conversations and like see like what the vibe is, what people are talking about, what the
people are laughing, people are drunk, people are having fun, some people are very depressed. It's a casino.
Grim's gonna go play blackjack.
All right, Grim, you sat down at a blackjack table. I don't have my cards right now. Babe, will you go into the closet and grab a deck of cards?
You should have been prepared for this.
Sorry.
Well, in my defense, I was typing right up until the last moment and I forgot to get cards. And I thought maybe I would just do it at the break, but we haven't made it that far yet.
Virtual blackjack thing?
I know the cards
Is there such a thing as a virtual blackjack table?
I mean,
Yeah, there is, but
He likes to do things.
so anyways, you sit down at the blackjack table, and then he begins to.
I don't know if they're.
That's fine enough. We got the wild cards. We'll take those out. We'll just shuffle our little deck here. So you sit down. The goblin. He says,
Welcome. You're here to play some blackjack? Why don't you place your bets?
Okay. What should I bet? I don't know. What's a good bet?
Beat me. You can go as low as 1 token or as high as 1,000,000. Not
Oh,
that
I don't
anybody
have
ever
a
walked in here
million.
with 1,000,000 tokens before. But I'll tell you
Uh,
what, the prizes shall get way more expensive after a certain amount, but not 1,000,000 high.
he puts a 3
Grim
and a
would bet.
6 in front of
Okay,
you, and in front of himself,
He'll put 10 tokens then. What did you get? What did you say
you
you
got a
got?
3 and a 6 are what you
Okay.
get. This is your hand.
3 and a 6.
He has a 3 and a 5 that are already on the board.
Oh, well, I'm going to hit.
All right. With your hits, that's 10 for a 19.
And then he's going to stay for sure.
No, that's you hitting. So you're gonna stay?
You said I hit for 19,
10.
right?
We'll put you at 19. So you're gonna stay?
Yeah, I'm going to stay for sure.
All right. Well, he has to hit. So he puts himself at what? Why is my brain not working? 12, and then he must hit again. 17. He won't hit again after that because it's above the threshold, so you win the round. He says, well, there you go. Have 20 tokens, sir.
Cool. So he'll bet that 20 again.
You just gonna sit here and play blackjack? Well, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? What do you see
Oh,
yourself
dude.
guys doing in the future?
Oh,
Sorry,
well,
wrong voice.
What are you doing here? What are you going to do in the future? Eh? You're a good kid.
oh,
He said
Grim
he
will
puts 10
become
out in front of you,
immortal. Grim will
and he's
become
got an ace and a 3.
immortal. I may or may not become a god. We don't know yet. We'll see.
All right, would
Ace
you
and
like
a
to hit or
3?
stay?
Ace and a 4. He has an ace and a 3.
He has
The
an ace and
guy.
a 3, and I have a what?
You got a 4 and a 6.
Oh, I'll definitely hit.
Oh, yeah, you hit. That's a 2. That puts you up at 12.
Oh, I got to hit.
Yeah, you hit. That's a queen you busted. Ah, I'm sorry. I'm going to take those
Oh,
coins.
man.
Yeah, that sucks. That sure sucks. He takes your coins.
That's bad luck. All
That's
right.
bad
I'll
luck.
bid another 20.
All right, he bids 20 coins. Anybody else doing any gambling while you're here?
I think Seti's going to. She's like. I won't even say mingling. She's mostly just like eavesdropping and like.
18 or
What do
8.
I got?
Uh,
Hold on, I
18
got
to
to
8.
make it bigger. They have what?
18 or 8.
18 or 8. Okay, I'll hit.
He's got a solid 15 and he must hit.
Yeah, I'll stay.
All right. He hits
14
with a 3 and puts himself at 18.
So we're gonna draw either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just stay.
You get your coins back. You get your coins back.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
I'll just let them do
Steady.
their thing, and then I'll just stay I'll hit again. I'll just bet the same next time.
Okay.
Seti says
Seti.
into the rings. Be careful what you say here. Some Fae collect stories. The same way others collect names.
Oh yeah, what did they do with my stories?
You don't want to give anything away that you wouldn't actually give away.
Oh, okay.
Just,
Well.
just for information purposes, Oren would have explained this when giving you the rings. You don't have to speak to them anymore. It's just mental.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you just think of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, like he's just thinking it. Yeah.
All right, you got 2 6s. He's got 13. You got to hit if you want to hit.
I can split with 2 6s, right?
Yeah, you can splits if you want.
How does that work again?
Well, you split and you can add more money onto the other pile.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I'll split them.
All right. So you put your bets down, you splits it off, you put yourself down. You maybe put 10 and 10 on each one. Now because you got 20 on one, so you're gonna match 20 on the other.
I don't have another 20. Can I just do 15 and 15? Because that's all my money.
Yeah, let's do it. 15-15 on these two. You're gonna hit for sure on one,
For
right?
sure, I gotta hit on both, right?
Yeah, you gotta
'Cause
throw
this is
one down because we're splitting. One of them's a 15, the other's an 8.
I'll definitely hit on the 8.
You hit on the 8. Oh, that's an ace, which would put us at 19
I'm gonna stay
or
on that
at
one.
9. 19. All right. Looking at that, that's looking good. What about the other one? You want to hit?
On the,
You're
on the
15.
15? On the 15, we're gonna stay.
All right. Well, on my side, I got 13s and I got the hit. So I'm going to put down, I got a queen. So I busted. So you just walked out of here with 60 pick ones.
Oh, look at that.
It gives you your coins. What you guys got going on over there? So as
Yeah,
you continue
give somebody else
gambling,
have a turn for now.
Oof.
Grim's gonna meet that lady. Don't worry.
said he's trying to find other ways in. I'm talking to the people that work there, like especially like if there's like a wait staff going around.
Yeah, there's wait staff there. There
Um,
appear to be like many different kinds of fae, but mostly, strangely, it's goblins that are serving around the area.
mm-mm.
A lot of them are stranger looking, like than you would normally see from goblins. They definitely have like different colored skin than you've seen in goblins before. Some of them have purple skin, some of them are pink and blue and yellow and all kinds of different colors coming from these different goblins. And their ears often have different kind of tusks or gills or weird bits that just look a little bit odd compared to what you've seen on most
I'm basically just going around to everybody and being like, "So what's your story? How did you wind up here? What's your life like?" And like, just what's your story?
and they're just like,
Oh, wow, that's such a great thing that you're asking me about that. That's so great. Why don't you tell me your story? I'll tell you mine. We can swap seats. It'll be great.
Yeah, yeah, and she'll be like, "Yeah, okay, yeah. So like, I don't know. I'm just here with some friends having fun. We heard this place was like new and like, I'm not much of a gambler, but."
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we didn't used to be a casino, but now that we are, it's just a whole bunch of fun. I'll tell you.
What were you before you were a casino?
Well, we was just wandering around market like a little circus of sorts. You know, you should go try out the fortune tellers. They're a real crack job, them.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, tell you all about your fates. It's the house of fate, after all.
Have you had your fortune told by them?
Of course I have. It's the first thing we do when we join.
I don't know. I've always been nervous to have my fortune told because some things I'd rather not know. You know.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's perfectly understandable. Oh, by the way, if you want us to catch a peek, you should go check out the what to call it. My brain's not working for what you call it, the artifact room, but whatever you call an artifact room. Is it like a display room? You should check that out while you're here. Lots of little knickknacks and stuff collected by the lady of the house.
Oh yeah, that does sound cool. I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah, go
Can
for it.
Can I take Clary with me to peruse?
Yeah.
you're gonna go check that out?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, all right. So you guys find it. It's also on the east side. There are 3 different things that you can go towards on the east side. One is going to be leading you back out into the gardens. The other is going to lead you into this room, which is like this sort of artifact room, and the other is the prize room. So when you look through to the room that's supposed to have all these different things in it, you find yourself in a room with a bunch of different pedestals, and each pedestal has a little glass box on it that contains some sort of artifact. And then below that is a strange inscription, often written in different languages. But it is up to you if you'd like to read any of them or observe any of them or what you want to do.
Yeah, let's just see what's in here.
Sure. So the first one you walk up to appears to be a kind of diamond that shines incredibly brightly. Every time you look at it, it seems to be reflecting light in such a way it's almost blinding for a moment. But it has a certain twinkle to it that, I don't know, just sort of enamors you when you look at it. And then below that, it says on the plaque, in daylight, my gray cloak flies high. At night, you huddle by my side. I destroy, I dance, I forge swords, I eat plants. And as you read it, a horrible sensation washes over you.
Oh no.
That someone's trying to riddle with you.
Yep, it's fire though. That one was fire.
You look around the room. There are 22 pedestals, each with a
boy.
different object on top of it.
Okay.
And each with a different little plaque.
Yeah. Cleary, this room's full of riddles.
He goes, oh boy, I'm going to start reading and cataloging.
Have
Found
fun.
the target audience.
Cleary runs off and begins writing down all of the different ones and begins like, oh, well, that's interesting. How fun.
I mean, what happens when you solve them? Like, this one's fire. What does that tell me? Like, okay. And there's a diamond here?
He looks at it for a second. He says, those diamonds don't seem to associate much with fire. So I
Well,
would
they have
assume
the
that
light.
that's... And he looks at it for a second and he reaches out and kind of looks around. He says, I'm really not supposed to do bad things while we're working, but... And he picks it up, and the box just picks up. And he looks around. And he sets it back down. And he moves to the next one, and he picks it up. And he picks up the one next to it, and then he swaps them.
What?
And he's like,
Oh, wait.
I think we're supposed to match them up.
It's a puzzle. Okay, now I'm in. I like puzzles. Not riddles, but puzzles. Okay, so something in here that's like fire.
You begin looking around the room. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
I would look for like a coal or something.
That is a 30.
With a 30, you find 3 things that sort of seem reminiscent to you of this particular thing known as fire. One of them that you come across is a glowing sunstone. It is cut into an orb shape, but it is actual sunstone that glows with a sort of imminent light. When you go to another one, you find what appears to be a flickering, and you've witnessed these before as one was recently purchased by Orin, but this is from the plane fire, a fire ruby. And then as you move across the other one, you see what appears to be a crown of what appears to be burning comets.
Okay.
Just
I mean,
streaks
I'm
of, like,
going to
fire.
assume it's the fire ruby because it's actually got fire in the name.
All right, so you take that and you just pull it off of whatever one it's on and place it on there. Nothing seems to happen. It's just,
Do we have to
I
get them
mean-
all before something happens, or maybe something will happen if it's the correct one? Let's put the comment on it.
I mean, as far as we know, these aren't even magically generated. I don't see any rune iconography or anything like that. They might just give us a prize if we do it.
Oh. Right. Well, let's keep cracking at it then.
Okay, so you read the next one sitting next to that one. I have teeth yet cannot bite. I have no blade, yet I am worth more to most adventurers than any knife.
A key?
You look around and you find a statue of a golden key and place it on that one.
Wow, I'm like really on it today. Either these
It
are
can be-
stupid riddles or I got smarter.
These were not created by me. None of this was. Almost everything I'm doing right now is from content on D&D Beyond, and I'm using their stuff for the first time, and I thought it would be fun.
Hmm.
The next one says, it can be as large as a nation or as small as a rock, as intangible as words or as solid as a box. Sometimes life-threatening, often just a plaything, but always befuddling.
Riddles. I
You
missed
look
the
around
first
the room
half
for-
of that one. I don't.
It can be as large as a nation or as small as a rock, as intangible as words or as solid as a box. Sometimes life-threatening, often just a plaything, but always befuddling.
This one's abstract.
Yes, I'm not entirely sure on this one. Meanwhile, out in the hall. Minir, what are you up to?
He's probably gonna go find that card guy and just kind of observe what's going on
so
there.
he's in the centermost. There are 6 tables. There's one that seems to be like towards the entry that is a roulette table, but then the biggest table is covered with a bunch of decks of cards, and there's a interesting satyr wearing a mask and a top hat that's saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, step right up and try your luck. See if you can see which card I pull or not. It's up to you. But impress me or see through me, and maybe some extra tokens will come your way. Come play with the card master, the collector of decks. Come and see me. Hugo Cloven Horn? Cloven Horn. He doesn't say that. He says it with much more smoothly. I just had to try to remember his name.
So what's the game?
The game is whatever game you call friend. I'm here to entertain or to muse. And you see as he pulls the deck, and he this deck here is a specialty of mine. And he begins moving, and the deck forms a circle around his head and begins hovering, and all the cards are like faced like the back of the face. And these are really intricate, detailed cards. You can just see the backs of them are floating in a circle around his head. Each as the card turns, moving around in a circle. You could draw one if you like, and if you do, you'd gain my favor. But if you wish to be a little bit more discreet, you could simply guess which one I've hid my favorite one under. Huh? Perhaps this bead you see right here. And he tosses it up in the air, and the bead now like floats towards the center, and the cards like all shuffle in towards it, and then he pulls them back out and begins spinning them. Do you know which one houses it? Can you guess? Can you see?
How many cards are there? Is this?
There are 22 cards.
Now, am I seeing the pictured side, or is it just like the
backs.
Like, yeah, I'm seeing the back. Okay. Maybe, but it might take me some time to figure this out.
Very well. Find the orb that I have hidden, and you'll have gained my favor, and a prize will be awarded to you. Until then, perhaps if you could trick me with your own card trick, would I find you even more entertaining?
For one other, are there any other rules to this, or just pick a card and get lucky?
Oh, yes, you could simply pick a card or draw one if you wish. The distinction is very important.
I'm wondering if he could pull out the story stick.
So Grim, or not Grim, Mitnir's sitting there and he's like, 1 second, and you pull out your story stick and you flip it out in front of you. You're just gonna sit there and carve?
Just gonna, like, Mitnir's very specifically thinking about the deck of cards and like trying to think about where this bead is as he tries to carve into the thing.
Okay, so you begin carving into this thing, thinking about this deck of cards. Interesting that you are using this divination stick to divine something about these cards. So, with that, hey, Oren, can you draw a card from the deck of many things?
As muted. I also have the cards that show what they do.
Oh, that's okay. I just need to know what card he's pulling. He's not actually drawing from the deck. He's just picking a card.
But like he's, it's gonna be like a little more.
He's drawing
like...
it. But this is because you're not actually drawing a card. You're just picking a card via your musings, your carvings.
He's envisioning a card.
Yeah.
Like,
and the card is E.
The key. So you begin carving, and rather than carving a card, you carve a key.
That was a bad showing of the card. It was just glare. See, there we go.
Is there a key card?
He looks at you for a moment. He says, "Are you picking your card?" And you see the thing's still spinning. He never put it down.
I'm not sure if it's supposed to be picked or if that's the one where you hid the thing.
It's hard to say, but if you know the contents of this deck and you are choosing the card you think I've hidden it behind, and you are correct, I will tell you that the favor earned will be well worth the guess. But if you guess wrong, no guesses more will be made to this evening.
Just kind of puts the thing back over his shoulder and just like, then yeah, I'll go with the key. That's what you put it behind the key.
He this is gonna be fun. Warren, go ahead and shuffle the deck of many things, and then draw a card from the deck of many things.
Am I putting this one back?
Yeah.
Okay. The first time getting to actually use this physical deck. All right, we got all the cards here, so I'm just gonna go right here.
He looks for a moment. He says,
Balance.
"Unfortunately, it was hidden behind this card." And as he gestures, it spins around, and it's a card that says balance on it. And appears to have just some sort of mixture of light and dark. Unfortunately, this is where I hid the card. Strange you would choose the key. I wonder why.
Just a feeling. Sometimes I get some inspiration from my work.
Understood. Very intriguing. Well, I won't think much of it. Well, best of luck to you on your venture. And may you come back some other time to impress upon me your value. And then he'll flip a token to you out of pity.
Yes, 51.
So, 17 to you, Grim. He has 14.
Oh, I haven't even bid yet. I was gonna bid 30. Oh, I said 30, didn't I? If I have 17, I'll stay.
He's gonna hit. He busts. You're up to 90, my friend.
Then he will bid 40.
All right. Meanwhile, back in the other room, I'm going to deal this while I do this. You move on to the next one. We'll move back to this one. The next says, I'm a royal servant wielding words instead of blades. A painted courtier. My smile never fades. Wielder of guile, often reviled.
Is that not just like a jester? Is there anything?
You find beneath the glass on the other side of the room a jester's hat made of the finest cloth and encrusted in jewels.
All right, cool. Middle four
You place
done.
this. Well, you've done 3 out of 4. You
Well,
did not solve.
we skipped 3. We skipped number 3.
You skipped 3. You have 15. The other one has revealed he has 2 aces. The dealer can't split. Can they? Can the dealer split?
I don't
No.
think so.
Yeah. All right. So they would just hit again.
I have 15.
You indeed have 15, and he has 2
I'll
aces.
stay.
Staying at 15, he hits. He hits again. Oh boy. That puts him now at 14 because he went over and he busts. So once again,
That puts me
you
at
walk
130.
away with 130. And this guy says,
Oh, I should probably get a new dealer in here soon. Our magic's running out.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
very well.
You're
So,
doing very good. What's your name, little guy?
He says, they call me Crusto.
Oh, good job, Crustle. You're doing very good.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and give you another deal. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh, look
bid
at that. You
50
got
now.
20 right up off the top. I
Okay,
assume
then I'm
you'll
gonna
stay.
stay at 20.
I also got 20. We split.
Okay, so I'm still at 130. So I'll bid
Yep.
50 again.
cool. The very next one. I am the grim orb atop one's neck. Your own you wish whole, your enemies wrecked. My form inspires dread, yet without me you're dead.
I need the first part of that again.
I'm the grim orb atop one's neck. Your own you wish whole, your enemies wrecked.
The
My
head,
form inspires
skull?
dread, yet without me you're dead.
The skull.
Make me an investigation check. I put some cards in upside down. I'm really bad at this.
24.
19 to you, 20 to them.
Oh,
Hit
damn.
out of pity, and you fail.
Yeah. That puts me back down to 80, huh?
Yep.
Oh, so I'll bid 40.
You hit 21 off the flop, my sir.
Oh, there you go.
21 pays 2 times.
21 means 2 times? Is that what you said?
That's the way this casino's doing it. So you hit 21, so whatever you bet, you're getting that again and then again.
Okay, so I bid 40, which is half of my 80. So
What'd you roll for your investigation check, babe?
120, and then
24.
160.
24. With the 24, you do in fact find what appeared at first to just be a black orb. And you're like, maybe this is it. But then you find another black sphere that seems to have the etchings of a skull in it. And your investigation revealed this to be thus. It is made of obsidian, a black obsidian skull. Place that in the position.
Yep.
Okay. I arrive every day and leave every night. Though you can't look right at me, I'm a welcome sight.
What was that last part? Arrive every day and
Though
every
you
night?
can't,
And then...
yep. I arrive every day and leave every night.
Okay.
Though you can't look right at me, I'm a welcome sight.
The sun. Oh, this is where the sunstone goes.
You place the sunstone in the spot. A glowing eye that blinks all month, a wandering light to guide the wolf's hunt.
The moon. Moonlight.
You look around and make me make me a perception check and see if you can find anything.
I'll bid 60 on my next one.
All right, 60 on the next one.
17.
You're at 11.
I'll definitely hit then.
You're at 15.
Ugh, stay.
The dealer cracks 19. Takes your money.
Ugh.
All right.
You
So what did I say to
stay
you?
on a 15?
What'd
Yeah,
you roll
you
in your
do.
perception check, babe?
17.
It's too.
You
it's
do
the
find a
odds are too
sphere
high to bid.
that appears to be made out of some sort of white material. Maybe it's like silver, maybe it's polished like moonstone. You're not sure, but it's the closest thing you can find to a moon. The next one. Clutch your purse, call the guards, but don't turn your back. My dagger is its sharpest when I sneak, then attack.
A rogue.
A rogue. As you begin looking around the room, you don't find anything that appears to be a rogue.
An assassin.
Did you
Or
stick your butt
assassin.
on
A
the thing?
thief.
Whereas the answers may remain the same. There is no figure that arises. What would you be looking for in representation of a robe?
Knives or like a cowl or
You do find that there is a dagger that appears to be made out of glass. There is also a hooked ivory blade. I think that's about it. That's really falls into that.
let's try the dagger for now. But we
All right,
can come back
you
to it.
put the dagger in. It has some sort of etchings on it. You're not sure what they say unless you speak Thieves' Cant.
Oh, I could do comprehend languages.
Other language.
Okay, fair enough.
Why am I not able to shuffle these cards? 15 to 12 at the moment before hitting.
Wait, I have 15 or I have 12?
You have 15, he has 12. I'm always putting yours first.
Oh, I'll hit.
18. He hits.
I'll stay.
16. You would stay for the rest of the table, but I'm going to hit anyways. Bust. You get your money.
Yeah.
Get paid! All right,
And I'll bid another 50.
cool. Dwarven queens might choose stone. Ogre kings make do with bone. Wood or leather, whatever's your pleasure. After all, I'm only as strong as whoever calls me their own.
Is that just teeth?
You look around for teeth. Make me an investigation check.
Can't believe I got stuck doing the riddles. 21.
21. As you begin searching around, the only thing that's reminiscent of a tooth would be this ivory curved dagger. Or mayhaps the skull has teeth? But other than that, that is all you find.
Something like jaw or
No, I would have included that since I included the skull.
well, we can put the ivory thing down and see and change it.
You're
later.
at 12. The house is sitting at 18. I assume you hit.
Yeah.
Bust.
Dang. I'll do it again.
All right. So do you have an answer for that one, babe, or another guess? Or would you like me to read it again?
Read it again, I guess.
Dwarven queens might choose stone. Ogre kings make do with bone. Wood or leather, whatever's your pleasure. After all, I'm only as strong as whoever calls me their own. I'm completely at a loss on this one. Do you want to skip this one and come back?
Yeah.
Perhaps there's some sort of theme that I'm missing. I'm really not sure.
I can also do this in a blackjack simulator if you want me to. If that makes it
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to just play blackjack by yourself and do it in a little simulator, you are more than welcome to
that
do
can save
that.
you a bunch of time, and I'll just keep track of it and keep it honest, and I'll just
Yeah,
bet my 50
yeah,
or
cool.
whatever.
Cool. I'm 100% down with that if you want to do it.
So I'm sure that this is rigged. But
No, guarantee it is. Yeah. So, as we pull around, what are you doing at this point, Mitnir?
What else was in this place? I know there's rollies.
So,
Okay,
so
what else there
the
was?
different things that you can do here. In the House of Fate, you may visit the flower garden, the food garden. You may visit the hot springs, or you could go to the market grounds. Within the casino itself, there is blackjack, poker, rollies, the card collector you may mess around with, draw off, which is just literally draw a card. One person draws a card, the other person draws a card. Whoever got higher, that person gets the credits. Roulette, which is pick a number 1 through 20, or simply even in odds, or pick a color of the die you believe will be rolled higher. I will roll 2 dice. And the way that works is that one of them would be even or odd, and I will take, and the other roll is just the extra color, just to see which one rolls higher. So one is the main die, and the other die is literally just the color die.
I think for now, he'll go wander the flower garden.
Cool.
And just trying to see if there's anything like that stands out, kind of like how Seti's other sisters like specifically had like a flower and everything. See if there's anything that stands out in there as like a defining feature.
As you step out into the garden, you find yourself greeted by sunlight. The darkness of the den of debauchery that is the casino left behind. You find yourself in this beautiful garden. Flowers that grow here are strange or magnificent. Some of them, you forget about them the second you're done looking at them. Others, you can't keep your eyes off of them. There are a myriad of different types, and the colors are unimaginable. Could these be one of Seti's sister's flowers? As far as you know, sure. But there's one more thing you notice in this garden. Other than the few individuals that are going around tending to the garden from here or there, you notice that there is an individual moving upon their snake-like lower body. Scales running all the way from the tip of their tail to the top of their hooded head. You see what appears to be a naga making their way around the grounds.
Just gonna kind of follow them a little bit, like not directly, but
you begin to
see what they kind of stop
bit.
out. See what they're looking at, you know.
Yeah, you get to follow them a little, get to spy on them a bit. Can you make me a sleight of hand check for that?
It's 18.
With an 18, she doesn't seem to pick up on your presence or that you're watching her. She knows you're there, maybe, but not that you're watching her. She doesn't seem to react in any way. As she begins going from flowers to feathers, she's just checking each station, checking the goblins to make sure they're doing their work properly. She seems elegant and certainly female. She doesn't seem to wear much to adorn her scaled body, but she wears some jewelry, some fine jewelry around her shoulders, and a bit of a shawl hangs across to provide a little bit of modesty. And then, with the exception of that, she carries herself very regally, very upright in her more humanoid part of her body. And she keeps her arms always at level. And then she begins moving around and she gestures to each of them. Very serene is the way you would describe her and the way that she moves about. Elegant and serene. But she tends to the garden. It seems to be hers to watch and to perhaps protect. You're not sure.
All right, you can come back. I'm gonna think about that for a minute.
Okay. Oren, Bropsy, what are you guys up to today as you are working on your procedures? There's not a whole lot that you can be building at the moment because everything's kind of in a waiting state so you can get your skin on. Well, what is it that you guys would like to be doing while you're holding down the fort?
I was going to actually work on another project.
Cool. What are you going to get started on?
The Necklace of Inner Realm.
Necklace of Inner Realm. Okay. As you begin working on that, I'm not sure what materials you're using for it.
It's going to be a simple mithril chain with a magisteel
Medallion?
holder with a moonstone on it.
Okay, cool. All right, so you're beginning to get that. To get the enchantments for it, though, you're going to need aid from somebody who understands planar magic. To get that, because you don't know enough about planar magic yourself to create this item alone. But you can certainly get the framework built for the basics of it. You can't, however, inscribe the runes, the runes that are necessary onto the medallion itself that is made of the moonstone. So you can certainly get the starting product, and I would say that you're good enough with mithril and you're good enough with stone cutting at this point that you won't even need to make a roll except for quality. You should be able to finish this in one day. So go ahead and give me your intelligence plus proficiency, just for your quality.
Okay. So I made a custom roll for that, just called it Tinker Check.
Nice.
I'll just roll that.
Bropsy, are you guidancing?
Always.
Always.
Then that's a 24.
With 24, you do finally craft this necklace, this amulet. It does not appear obviously finished. You still have a lot to do, but you seem to have connected things the way that would flow very well for the enchanting that is to ensue afterwards. But you can't complete this as it is, but it does take you the whole day to reach this point. Okay. How are we doing over there with our gambling? How much money do you currently have, Graham?
280.
280 as Grim sits
I
there
keep going
working
back and
with
forth. I'm working on it.
So you have to get to
This
500
guy's
to
getting.
hit the threshold, right?
I've played a lot of
10
hands.
times.
This goblin is probably sick of me.
He might, if the base buy-in is 200, it might be 10
This-
times the
The
200.
goblin is learning what autism
It
is.
absolutely
Oh.
is.
That sucks.
Back down to 230.
All right. So,
Back up to 280.
as we move on to your next riddle, which I know you are loving, by the way.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And I love how you're doing it by yourself.
Me and Cleary.
That's true. Cleary's not helping, though. Though always shiny, in daylight I hide. At night, I'm one of many spread far and wide.
Stars.
You begin looking around the room for a star. Can you make me a investigation check?
Can I get advantage on these checks because Cleary's helping?
Absolutely.
There we go.
Just have to ask.
He's not useless.
Correct.
27.
27. Whereas you don't find anything that is a star, there was one thing that twinkled and reminded you of it. Cleary identifies this type of diamond as a starlight diamond.
There we go. That's the one.
Okay, so the next one. Upon my head a serpent's nest. My friend and sisters loved me best. Istis made the deck for us. In all its secrets we keep in trust.
I'm gonna need that one again.
Upon my head a serpent's nest. My friend and sister loved me best. Istis made the deck for us, and all its secrets we keep in trust.
None of the... And nothing past the first line means anything to me, but like a Gorgon or Medusa is what immediately came to mind.
You look around the room, and sure enough, there is what appears to be a severed head of a Medusa,
All right.
made of stone.
Okie dokie. That's that one.
Aimless wanderer, nonsense ponderer, I've been called it all. Some think my wit is a bit amiss, but if you ask me, ignorance is bliss.
Just like... I'm just thinking of the Fool, the tarot card.
You look around for a full tarot card. Whereas you do not find a full tarot card, you do find a gilded card with a joker on it.
Okay, that works.
I'm the cosmic paintbrush whose stroke fades fast. From afar I grant wishes, up close I destroy all in my path.
Oh, is that the comet?
You look around the room, there's certainly a crown of comets.
I think that's the comet.
Are you going to put that in that slot?
Sure.
Savior of kidnapped nobles and champion of my liege, I fight loyally for my kingdom on foot or on steed.
A knight?
You find a marble knight's chess piece among the various different types of very obvious clues strewn about the room.
Okay.
My opposite is discord, and fairness is my friend. When you walk the tightrope, you pray to have me from end to end.
Luck? Or no? My opposite is what? Sorry, say that again.
My opposite is discord, and fairness is my friend. When you walk the tightrope, you pray to have me from end to end.
Balance.
You look around for balance. You do see a
Scales.
pair of scales. I'm the final claimer of kingdoms, the true profiteer of war. But each city I inherit crumbles till there's nothing more.
Say it again.
I'm the final claimer of kingdoms, the true profiteer of war. But each city I inherit crumbles till there's nothing more.
Just time?
You look around the room for time. But much to your chagrin, you don't find a single clock anywhere in the room, or anything that seems remotely time-related.
Is there anything that seems related to the destruction of cities?
You look around for the destruction of cities in the room. Unfortunately, you come out empty.
All right, we'll skip that one.
I'll consume anything but contain nothing. Where there's emptiness, I am there. If you see me, despair.
I'll consume anything but contain nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Is this just like darkness, like a void, like nothing? Is there a nothing box?
You look around, but it seems that all the boxes do contain something in them. Is there anything more specific you want to look for?
One of them was like a black orb.
One of them was a lusterless black orb. Would you like to put that on the spot?
I don't know. Maybe for now. We can come back to
All right,
it.
you put that on the spot. Most are well hidden, though adventurers can find one. It's a criminal's worst fear and a despot's secret weapon.
Most are well hidden, but what can find one? An adventure?
Most are well hidden, though adventurers can always find one. It's a criminal's worst fear and a despot's secret weapon.
I feel like I'm getting at the point where there are few enough items left. I should be able to match them to the riddles without knowing exactly what the answer is.
Let me finish reading all of them, because we're almost there.
Okay.
And then you can try to find what you can't finish.
Okay.
The next one. Found in a crown, in dirt, or in a humble ring. Just a pebble, really, but a splendid thing.
Well, this seems like some kind of gemstone.
You look around the room for a gemstone, where you see what appears to be a diamond and a fire ruby. You also see a nicely sized green emerald.
Sure.
Seems good enough to you. You place it on the spot. I'm an expert in arcane knowledge, as smart as anyone in college. I've the answer to every question, but you'll pay me for my erudition. Who am I?
Who am I? Okay, so what's left that's like some kind of figure or person or...
You look around the room and see not a single figure or person to be found.
Is there something that like pertains to like knowledge or smarts, like a book?
There does appear to be a book, written in some sort of old language you can't understand, but you could use comprehend languages. You know
I'll
that,
comprehend
sure.
languages it.
It appears to be the diary of a man who calls him the Sage. He calls himself.
Okay. Sure, we'll put that on the thing.
I snatch, I rip, I slash, I grip. I'm the daggers wielded by every bird above, from fiercest griffin to most graceful dove.
Like a talon, claw.
You look around for a talon or claw, nothing seems to exactly fit the bill.
What about that hooked ivory thing?
He
Hooked
collects his money
ivory
and says,
blade.
okay, that's it, I'm done.
How much money
Okay,
did you get
thanks,
to?
I'm done. He hit his 500. He's like, all right, no more. That's enough of that. Anyway, he gathers all his tokens. And he just
Nice.
like, oh, he'll wait for the others. He's not going up yet. He's just gonna like sit
Well,
with his
I
bag
think-
of tokens.
Yeah, I think we have to get 2,000 to go up.
Yeah, he'll just wait for you guys.
Yeah, as you guys look around the room,
Just like sit-
you see Grim like walks up carrying like 500 tokens, and he's
He's
just
just
like
gonna
sitting
sit
there
there.
waiting.
Like he's gonna sit on a bench and just like wait
Yeah.
with his sack of tokens.
Yeah, there's an old woman on the other side with a sack of tokens. She's like, "Is your grandson coming to pick you up too?"
Well, not my grandson, but I mean, you know.
All
Kind
your
of.
friends are coming to pick you up. I made a lot of money on the slots today.
I'm just waiting for them to, we're gonna go. Hopefully, we'll all go see the lady.
Oh, you're here to see a lady. Oh, well, good luck to you. I hope you get some.
Oh no, Grim doesn't. That's gross. No, thank
Oh,
you.
it's gross. Well, I hope you remain celibate. Well done, young man. You're a rare breed.
Yeah, okay. Have fun with your slots.
Oh, would you like to have a spot of lunch with me, old young friend?
No, I only eat berries.
Well, you're gonna have one anyways. Let's take a break together. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes, guys.
Okay.
We are back. So, as we proceed, Mitnir, have you decided what you want to do about that garden?
Yeah, I want to like slowly work my way closer to her. Like not like beeline it, but just get closer and then like try and start up a conversation once I'm close enough.
Okay, so you sort of saunter over. Go ahead and make me a performance check for how smooth you make this.
That's a 13.
Yeah, so for you, pretty good fashion. You make your way over there. You don't make it feel too awkward. It maybe it's like a little bit uncharacteristic the way you do it, but it's not too bad. You sort of approach her, and it's easy enough. She addresses you as you approach. She says, "Well, hello there."
Hi. Feel kind of out of place here.
Don't we all in this world? Is there
Oh.
some way that I can help you within my lady's garden?
Maybe. But I feel like my druid friends would like it here a lot more than myself. But do you know about all the flowers? Because to me, they look different, but they're all just a flower.
Oh, well, of course, I know much about the flowers here, but there are only very few which I'm aware of that are, well, to keep an eye on. But this is my lady's garden, and none of these flowers may be spoken of or plucked. Definitely not plucked without her permission. But you may view them to your liking.
Do you have a favorite one?
Make a persuasion check.
Roll for flirting.
That's a 24.
Damn!
I have a +7 on persuasion.
Wow, okay. So she says, she looks at you for a moment and she says, I'm quite a fan of the dandelions.
Which one's that?
She says, if you find one, it's your good luck. But never pluck it. Or we will be meeting on different terms next time.
Could you describe it to me?
Maybe ask a druid friend.
Just in the ring immediately. It's like, what's a dandelion? And that goes out to everyone. It wasn't to any one person. It's just like flat out. I have no idea how to use this ring properly.
I don't think I'm close enough to answer that.
Grima, just think like you mean the flower or that mythical creature that we found in the Cradle of Life?
This time, I think it's a flower.
Was that the Cradle of Life, or was that
No, that was New Game Plus.
that was
that
that was
New
in a
Game
different
Plus.
universe?
That was a different game. Yeah,
That
you're
was
right.
New Game Plus.
I was like, oh yeah, the dandelion. That was a while ago.
That was in a completely different universe. Never mind.
I'm
But
No.
so glad because I was over here questioning my reality and sanity. And
but there is a dandelion.
That was in a
this
different
game.
universe. No, it's a flower. It is the first food for bees in the spring.
Like the little
So-
puff
Is the
ones
one
that
that-
you blow on.
Turns into the poofs. It's yellow and then it turns into the poofs. You blow it, little seeds fly off.
And you can eat the leaves. They're very bitter.
You can eat every part of it. Yeah.
Well, I don't think they'd be happy if I did that here.
Yeah, you don't want to pick them early because
Are you
they're used for they're food for bees. You'll throw off the whole ecosystem. The pollinators need them.
They don't want you to pick dandelions.
They don't want me to pick any flowers.
Oh, well, it's like a protected garden. Like, yeah, okay. Like we've been in Fey gardens before. Don't touch anything.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't pick anything really.
I'm
I mean,
doing
it's not-
riddles.
So
You'll
you
kill a
gonna look
living
around
thing
for a
every time you pick
dandelion,
something,
or
right?
what do you do?
Yeah, no, he's gonna like if she
Make me an
leaving like
investigation check. Yeah, she's just moving on. There are plenty of eyes watching you, making sure you don't touch anything.
Oh, also,
hold
Grim
on.
is done with his. I got my 500, so whenever you guys are ready, we can go talk to the lady. When you have your 500, I'm done.
Oh shit. Well, I don't know. I'm doing riddles. Maybe hopefully I'll get coins out of it if nothing
Well-
else.
Even with my luck, I got a 4.
With your luck, you got a 4. You look
A 4
around
and a
and you
4.
look for a dandelion, and there's plenty of different flowers that could be dandelions in your mind.
Can I send
but
a mental
you're just-
image to him
you're
or
just-
no?
Sure. And that'll let you roll with advantage. Go ahead and send a mental. He sends you a mental image.
Don't we step on those like all the time?
I mean, you could probably try not to. They're important.
Oh, hey, that's a nat 20.
So with a nat 20, now knowing what you look like, you're like, huh. We see Mitnir about 10 minutes later from now, after searching around, staring at what may or may not be a dandelion amongst the many, many flowers here. He looks at the dandelion and scowls. The dandelion looks at him and goes, "Rah." So, Seti,
Yes.
Did I send the wrong
Um,
mental image from a different universe?
it looks like a dandelion, Mitnir, a regular dandelion, but underneath in the center, you see the head of a lion that's going and
Is it-
growling at you.
I guess before you complete it, is it on display or is it just like on the
No,
ground?
it's just
like,
it's in the garden, which like it's grown within the flowers, many
Mhm.
flowers within the
Okay.
garden. It's just one of the flowers.
gotcha.
And he's going.
They actually added one, didn't they? Yeah, that's funny. Oh,
Don't look it up. Stop it. Close things and don't look things up.
it's so cute.
I don't know what they look like in D&D, but there's an artist I follow that like specializes in animals with like florals and moss and bark growing out of them, and they have done a dandelion cub, and I am dopamining
just-
in my brain right now.
I just saw that it
Uh.
was based on like somebody's like cute little fan art.
All right, but don't read on it. Stop. All right.
Show
So
me the picture
the
you're
last,
seeing though.
yeah, you can post the picture of it. If it's just the picture of it, you can post the picture of it.
Yeah. Do that.
Yes. So the last puzzle, since you have not heard that on stream yet, was the prosperous believe we smile on them, the doomed beg for reprieve. but no one can outrun us or the destinies we weave. And that is the final puzzle. You have placed several different things on top, and there are still many left. In no particular order, these are the objects that you have not currently placed. There is what appears to be a circular cage. Seems to be made out of metal, maybe like a bird cage or something like that. You find what appears to be a cube with a bunch of different strange facets on it.
Okay.
One of them appears to be a tiny little chair. Gold all along its facets and a very plush seating and back.
Is that the throne?
It looks very much like a throne to you. You find one that is just a bunch of rocks.
Is that the one, the ruined city?
And a spool of thread.
That's the last one. The
I do believe otherwise you have found the fire ruby and placed it upon the one that is in daylight. My gray cloak flies high.
Mm-hmm.
One that you chose to be fire.
Yep.
Or a flame.
Yep.
You put a key on the second pedestal.
Yep.
The third pedestal is currently empty.
That's the one.
A jester's hat sits upon the fourth. The third puzzle I will reread for you. It can be as large as a nation or as small as a rock, as intangible as words or as solid as a box. Sometimes life-threatening, often just a plaything, but always befuddling.
And all we had left was like a cage, the cube, and rocks and thread?
Pretty much.
The cube is the throne, so that's the last one. No, sorry, not the last one. That's the one that I thought was teeth. And then the thread is the last one for like the fates or destiny or whatever.
Okay, so
It has to
in
be
the
it
first-
has to be the cage. This one has to be the cage.
you put a cage on, it's as large as a nation or as small as a rock?
I guess so, because that's
Okay, so you
The
put
only
the
thing that's
cage
not
into
claimed.
this one. You put the cage in this one. There, in the fourth one is the jester's hat made of fine cloth.
Mhm,
In the fifth one is the onyx carved skull.
mhm.
In the sixth one is the glowing golden sunstone.
Yep.
In the seventh is the sort of glittering silver sphere.
Mhm.
In the eighth one is the glass dagger marked in thieves' cant.
Mhm.
In the ninth one, I believe, is the starlight diamond. Or is that 10?
That's 10th. 9 is the throne.
The throne.
So
Okay,
that's
so
where we're
dwarven
putting the
queens
key.
might choose stone. All right, so yes, you have that one in there. I might have mixed some of the orders up while I was reading these.
Yeah,
So
10 was the starlight diamond, 11 was the gorgon head. The next one's
Okay.
the Joker, and then the comet.
sorry. So the Gorgon head, the Joker, the comet. And then after that, you put the knight chess piece made out of ivory.
Mm-hmm.
On the next one, you put the scale.
Mm-hmm.
What is on the next one?
I think that's one of the ones we skipped. What's the riddle for that one?
I'm the final claimer of kingdoms, the true profiteer of war. But each city I inherit crumbles till there's nothing more.
We'll just do rocks because of crumbling cities.
Okay. The next one is you put the black lusterless sphere.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one you put, this is when you haven't put anything in. It says, most are well hidden, though adventurers can always find one. It's a criminal's worst fear and a despot's secret weapon.
Well, what's left? We don't have any objects left, according to what I've written down.
Pretty sure you have a cube.
Oh, I thought that was the throne.
No,
No,
you
that
had a
was the chair.
throne. You have a little
Okay.
chair.
So, sorry. So what? The cube has weird facets on it.
Yep.
What are on the facets?
I mean, they appear to be just like strange, like grooves for shifting different
Okay.
sections of the sphere around.
I would replace that and
Yeah, I'm like, I think, because I thought we were out of items. So I think I got something wrong, but I don't know what.
On the next one
cage?
after that, so you're gonna put the cage here.
Let's swap the cage and the cube.
Okay, swap the cage and the cube. All right. On the next one, you've got the. What did you put in the next one? It's found. You put the emerald, I think.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah, and then the book, and then the.
And then the book. And then the ivory blade. And then you're putting the
Mhm.
spool of thread in the last one.
Mm-hmm.
As you place this last one in its position, the ground begins to lower slightly as you watch steps form straight into the middle of this room, leading
Oh, shit.
down into the darkness.
Hey, Clary, we did it. We're smart.
Clary's like, holy shit! I barely did anything. You were
You
amazing.
said I'm smart.
So you guys look, and there's just a dark staircase that leads down. You look, and there is no longer a door exiting this room.
Oh shit, we're trapped. Oh fuck. God damn it. Why did we see? I knew not to get involved, and then I got involved anyway because I couldn't resist a good puzzle. Okay, well here we go. Let's go down the stupid spooky stairs.
As you begin to descend the staircase beneath this room, Grim, you're still sitting outside holding your money. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Amanda.
It's been like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Nobody's around. You see Mitnir wander out of the garden, I think, at one point, maybe.
Before I do that, I want to breathe on the flower,
You're going to breathe on the flower?
on the dandelion.
So you go to breathe on it. Are you using your breath?
Yeah,
Which one?
the creation, my fancy breath.
Okay, so you breathe on that. Okay.
The roll for it.
Yeah, give me a roll.
It's only a 58. Nothing special.
So you do that, and like the breeze hits it, and you see as it just like flexes its face, and you see like it's really like snarly, and you see it's almost like it totally gets breath, and it just like the flower begins to pull back, and then it like almost like it's flexing its stem. It comes back forward, and you see that the little tufts like flirt with flying off, but it holds it all together. And then afterwards, you see it goes. After you did the breath on it and losing none of its little seeds.
Won't I'll just like very gently pat it on the head.
You begin to reach for the
And then I'll
flower,
leave.
and then you hear, "Hey!" And then you like gently pat, and it's like, "All right, get out of here." So you watch as Mitnir exits back into the main chamber. There's where you come back out from the garden, you do realize that you are very near the entrance to the hot springs. Which, as you look there, you see lots of people changing on either side of a. It's not even gendered, but like little privacy sections where people can if they don't want anybody seeing them change, can change in private, and then they have a little store spot for your belongings. So you're more than welcome to spend some time in the hot springs. Otherwise, you could head out the other side and check out the opposite food garden, or many of the other things. It's entirely up to you guys. But Graham, you do see Mitnir. So far,
Minder's gonna go take a bath or eat. Grim's probably just gonna wander upstairs to see if he can go see the lady at the house. Because
He'll wander
said
through
he's
the hot
gone.
springs, see if there's anything
Yeah,
unique in there.
Minder's
Like,
gonna go take a bath. Said he's gone. Grim's just sitting there with his money.
so you
he's
begin heading up the
He's doing
stairs.
bad investigation, essentially.
All right, so where are you going now?
Gonna go into the hot springs just to like See if again, he's just trying to find anything that stands out. That's like the lady is,
Yeah, so you do look around. Go ahead and make me some perception checks for that. Or investigation. Make me investigation, not perception.
Let's see. You sure it can't be the perception?
You're definitely investigating.
That's still a 16. That's not terrible.
So the 16, you do notice that there's a bit of iconography that you hadn't recognized before, and maybe it was your meeting with the Naga outside, but you notice the presence of scales on some of the stonework on pillars. You notice that there is some serpents every now and again holding a torch. There seems to be a sort of serpenty theme going on here. It's very subtle. It's hidden within the woodwork and the like just the reliefs of different sculptures into certain things. It's a very fine manner. And it's like if somebody was subtly hiding they were a member of the Slytherin house in Harry Potter. Like they're like, yeah, I didn't want to just totally be like, yeah, here's my alma mater, but maybe they were still nodding to that in their own home. It's got like this sort of vague feel, but it's not in your face.
All right.
However, as you head into this area before you begin heading upstairs, Graham, although you are making your way there, you notice that the mist wafting off of it is sort of rainbow-like. And the water itself is shimmering in prismatic color.
Don't love that.
That's weird.
But there are people that are just bathing in it. You can see them there. I am out of water. I just keep trying to drink nothing.
Like, alright, it doesn't like normal water, but that's weird water. This is why I don't take bath.
Yeah, Grim, you
That
shudder
and many other reasons.
as you see people walk out and wiping the water off their head. You're like, ugh. And you walk to the stairs where you see that there is a rather tougher looking individual. They seem to be just like a much more muscular looking small goblin creature. And as you push to go, what can I do for you?
Yes, they said that in order to meet the lady of the house, I had to meet certain requirements.
You have
But
not met the requirements yet, sir. Your
How is
group
that?
seems to have taken 200 gold, and that entire amount needs to reach the threshold.
But even though we split it up,
Yes, even though it was split up.
so what's the difference? What if we had just bought it individually? Though it's the same thing.
Unfortunately, that is not how she views favor.
So what if I just went and go play a bunch more blackjack and just get 2,000 on my own?
Then I presume that you would be viewed as one who could enter.
Oh, that's a lot more of those cards. They don't even just get the things with pictures on them. Could
Best
go
of
do
luck
that.
to you in your times, but if you wish to meet the lady, she calls for you.
Oh, the other ones are going to puzzles. This one's taking a bath.
I apologize for your struggle. Please have
Not
a
a struggle.
complimentary champagne.
I don't drink things. I have water. I have good berries. Now I got to go play more cards. You guys have all your
Perhaps you
weird
would like
rainbow
some
stuff.
pomegranate juice.
No, Grim does not drink things.
Very well. If I cannot tempt you,
You cannot tempt Grim. Grim does what Grim wants. This
Gestures
is
back
why-
out onto the room.
Okay, yes. You have your shifty things. It's fine. Okay, good to meet you, Mr. Muscle Goblin. You look
Just-
very swole.
I've been working towards my gains.
Great. I'm sure it's all that magical pomegranate juice you've been drinking. High in antioxidants, and I'm sure much magical great stuff. Grim will just, I don't know what the Grim will go do something, I guess.
Grim just goes straight to the prize room, like, give me my things. Says, fuck this. Whatever you want to do.
He'll go-
Meanwhile,
He doesn't want to waste his. He spent a lot of time doing this 500.
you're gonna go work towards the next goal of 2,000.
I don't know. Like maybe I should just get their tokens from them and work off of what they have or something. Because the stuff they're doing doesn't.
We don't know what's happening. I might walk out with like 5,000 tokens.
You might.
We don't know.
Meanwhile,
Go back to
Minty,
sit on the bench.
are you actually getting in the water? Like you're like, oh, let me investigate this. What are you doing?
Nah, I think he wouldn't actually take a bet, like get in the water. I think he's gonna go head back to the card guy and try and play his game besides the favor thing.
All
Yeah,
right,
I
so
might
you
actually
sit
get to
down.
the card guy too. Actually.
So you both kind of arrive at the card guy, and as you begin to try to find ways to get some extra tokens out of him, Seti, you and Cleary look around this room, which has now sort of taken on a sort of darker hue. Like it was originally very scarce amount of light just sort of pouring in, and it wasn't much. It was a very dark space, but now their features seem to have left. The area feels cold, and all there is the path down. You can probably change the music if you want to.
Yeah, it's we'll go back to the kind of spooky one. Okay. Yep, we're going down. I'm holding
So-
Cleary's hand.
Cleary leads ahead of you. He says, I'll lead the way. I suppose we go down, and hopefully this is a positive spooky reward and not a scary situation. Begins leading down, and you see light just comes off the tips of his fingers as he moves, shining a light down the hallway. And as you look, you see that as the stairs continue to go down, straight down, almost winding a little bit after a moment, you see that the walls begin to fall away. And you find yourself on a no railing, winding stone staircase cascading into what is almost darkness, were it not for the shimmering sea of Aquam below. When I say sea of Aquam, I don't mean made of an ocean of some sort of liquid. I mean that there is simply piles and piles of Aquam. Some of it has been shaped into these tokens. Most of it is just raw in form, spread throughout, and again, a veritable sea of it. All glinting the small amount of light that's coming off of Cleary's fingers as he's gesturing and moving down. You can see that it glistens like a beautiful ocean of starlight, each little bead glistening. You walk down this path for what may be hundreds of feet of descent before finally making it to ground. Walls of Aquam, just piles of it in all directions. Nothing else here notable. The ceiling too far up to see, but you can see the support columns that seem to be roughly hewn out of some sort of material that was intentionally put here to support this space. It's vast. There must be dozens, if not hundreds, of these pillars supporting this insane space, which doesn't even seem to make sense for this island.
Yeah, this is weird.
Is there anything you'd like to do?
We're down at like the bottom of the staircase, and there's like and we're just surrounded by this sea of Aquam. Is there
Yeah.
any...
Massive cavernous space, mostly darkness. A little bit of light seems to just shimmer through the Aquam in all directions, glowing with white, sort of translucent, airy, almost like moonlight.
Is that...
Seems to fill the space. A lot of it seems to be coming off of Cleary's.
Does the Aquam here look different from normal Aquam? The stuff I've been catching and working with.
Most of it's in raw form. A lot of it is the tokens. Some seem to be in different shapes that have been formed. You're not sure by who or where it was collected from. It might have been some sort of thing that was put up for collateral at the casino.
Okay, so this is more like a horde of various types of aqua.
This feels very aqua mahordy.
Okay, I was picturing a literal sea.
No, it's like
Okay.
a massive horde.
Scrooge McDuck Vault.
Yeah, or
Scrooge
like,
McDuck vault of just aquam.
hey Cleary, are you getting dragon vibes?
Oh, I'm getting dragon vibes.
Do you think we maybe bit off more than we could chew again?
Perhaps so. But I think it's more important to note that if we are in fact in the dragon's lair, it is aware that we are here.
I mean, yeah, it's, but hey, we solved the riddle, and this is where we were funneled, so...
So... And he looks at you like you're the one who talks to people.
Seti will kneel and sort of almost like a bow, like a humbled posture, and say, "Hello."
Your voice echoes out into the darkness. There's a moment. Hello.
It's a bit of a surprise to find ourselves in your presence, but we are honored.
A certain shifting of the aquam, and you can see that whatever this creature is certainly buried within it. And this female, at least mostly female sounding voice comes back. Aren't you the flattering one? By your presence here, it seems you are the first to solve the riddle.
It was a fun puzzle. I wasn't
I
expecting something this
told my
grand.
lady it was far too simple.
Perhaps.
But she thought any that would seek this place deserved the reward, and that it could not be solved by one who did not know what they were getting into. Suddenly you see a claw picks up from underneath, as you see shimmering scales that look oh so familiar to you, as a moonstone dragon pulls itself up from the aquam, its massive swooping crescent horn rising up into the air. And for a moment, you hear under Clear's breath, he says, Lunesca. And then she looks at him and he says, Oh no, that is not my name, young one. But you know one of my brood. Yes, of course, she's an old friend of mine. Both of ours, actually, in a sense. Well then, you are well met here. She is gargantuan. She is more massive than any dragon you've ever seen. Save formality. Not formality. Formality.
Save Melody, yeah.
Save formality.
I think Seti might even, like, she might have tears in her eyes. Like, this is one of those, like, it was so unexpected, and I think there's a moment of awe. It's just, I am a bit speechless. It is, I said it is an honor to meet you, really, truly. That is not flattery.
It is an honor to be known.
This place is incredible. I had no idea it could be down here. Have you been here the whole time?
Oh no. We moved in here not too long ago. I would say this horde is no more than a few years in this cauldron's time. Since the shift in the change of guardian, when my lady took over,
and I came to call and respect her as my lady.
Can I ask your lady's name? And
I'm sure that you will be able to meet her after our time here. But I am merely here to serve you your reward.
oh,
She moves and begins gesturing forward. And as she does, you see Aquam begins to pour off of the pile and shape itself into tokens on the ground.
10,000 tokens can be your prize. To take upstairs and to use it in the prize shop, or to impress my lady. Or,
And she gestures again.
you can have what's in the box. The box will change your fate, for good or for bad. But it is something that only one who seeks to change fate, only one who has proven the will and intelligence to have such an item, would my lady deign to allow them to take it. But you will never have this chance again. So choose wisely, and choose now. The box to change fate, or the money
Kita,
to
stop.
gain many powerful artifacts and the impression of my lady upstairs.
Oh boy, that is a heck of an offer. Cleary, do you have any thoughts on the matter?
Cleary is just looking at her and he just like,
He goes, box, box, box.
I think that whatever this being offers us, we should. It will not be a bad thing. I have never met a dragon of your persuasion and grace and beauty, my lady, that has ever led me astray. So her offerings cannot be wrong. And they
Well.
must be balanced, so whatever is in there, she says, you're right, must be at least equal to or more in value than what is essentially 100,000 gold.
Yes. That said, the tokens could help with our immediate mission.
That they could.
That said,
I-
as someone whose fate seems increasingly dismal, the opportunity to change it, well, it is tempting.
I like how chat's just going nuts over here.
I mean, do we all know what's in the box? I know what's in the box.
I think
we
I
know
know
what's
what's in the box.
I have no idea what's in the box.
Kita, do you know what's in the box?
I don't know what's in the box. I just
Yeah,
see it's a
she just
box.
wants-
I want what's in
yeah.
the box.
We don't know what's in the box.
Kita has
think
no
we all
idea
know what's in
the
the
trouble
box.
she's trying to push me into.
Open the box.
There's nothing that says you have to keep what's in the box. You can
The
give it to
question is,
someone else.
what exactly is in the box? That's the real question.
What do you think is in the box?
It's a deck of many things
Okay.
because we
Might
had
sounds
to
fun.
solve the
Maybe
riddle
fun.
about the deck, so
Yeah.
that's what we're getting into here.
I mean, that sounds fun.
These gremlins we play with are not going to be able to resist drawing from the deck.
What do you mean? I have not even gambled once tonight.
Chaos, chaos, chaos.
The deck can be extremely bad.
Can be. It can end a campaign.
Chaos.
So you're advocating for let's gamble and potentially let one of these dumbasses end
How
the
about
world.
You could always think of it as
You're
an
the
oh
dumbass.
shit button.
Meanwhile, Kita's just sitting there, just like, let's open the box. Let's open the box. Let's draw.
Look,
They're all chaos
Simple
goblins,
woman.
all right?
When there's a shiny toy,
I actually
What?
didn't even consider the fact that it might be a deck of many things. I don't know why I didn't make that connection.
it's obvious now.
It's a small box.
It's about the size of a deck of cards.
I mean, it's ornate wooden, inlaid with what appears to be like silver inlays or something that's glowing. So it might actually just be moonstone, just beautifully intricately into this box that is about this big and about this thick. So it's like, yeah, it's about that, and then that.
Wait, were you offered the box or the contents of the box?
The box,
Whatever's
the
in the
box, and
box.
its contents. The box and its contents.
Oh,
You get to
there you
keep the
go.
box. All right.
It is a nice box.
It is a nice box.
200 10,000 is a lot more than the 2,000 that we needed to get 10 times. What
And we
needed.
could go shopping in the prize shop with what's left over.
And just buy
You
a
sure
deck
could.
of mini things.
And just buy whatever the fuck we want from the prize shop. Which also has grab bags that you can like gamble with. So
I'll tell you what, you can buy decks, but you cannot buy a deck of mini things upstairs.
I think I'm okay with that. At the risk of
you
upsetting
have no
all of
Having
my
zero
companions.
experience with the deck of many
You-
things, I want it. But
You can
I'm not
also
there.
just erase your character from existence by pulling from a deck.
I was
of
gonna say
mini.
my meta
Yeah.
vote for the deck is only because it's that oh shit
What?
button where you can be like everything else is going terribly. Just
Yeah, there's a chance, and it's a 1 in 22
We're about
chance
to die. Let's just see what happens.
that your
Yeah,
character
exactly.
can just not exist anymore.
Yeah.
or you
That's
bait someone
certainly-
else into drawing from the
Huh.
deck and they don't exist anymore. You know,
Or they become a king and have all the riches in the world. You never know, and there's no way to
still,
like game it.
still not our
so-
problem.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just gonna say, in all the campaigns I've played, this might be the first one someone doesn't draw from the deck. Every other campaign I've been in, we've been given a deck and people have drawn from it.
That's what I'm saying. If you introduce the bomb, somebody's going to set it off.
I will tell you this. This box does contain a deck. This box's deck does not contain 22 cards.
Yeah, the decks rarely are full.
it contains one card.
Because when a card is pulled, it's gone.
But we don't know what's missing.
Nope.
Yeah, that's true.
Could be
It
good or
could
bad.
only contain
It
good
could be
cards.
bad. It could only contain bad ones.
And
I
she
don't
is,
think
like,
there's
the
that many
nice
bad
dragon.
ones that it could only be bad.
So-
The real question is, how much more blackjack do you want to play?
Well,
Yeah.
you can just have Brapsy be the one to draw from it for infinity.
I mean-
Because if Brapsy ceases to exist, all her problems are gone.
I keep trying to drink
Wow,
nothing.
not ours though.
I mean, in the flop, if we want to gamble, we can do a lot more gambling numbers off stream if we want to do that. You know, if we want to
Meanwhile-
earn the money.
Meanwhile, upstairs, what are you guys doing with this satyr while they're
Well,
contemplating?
You said
So-
he has a game.
Yeah, he has a game. He's like, you can. He's like, well, you can play a game of cards with me, and if you win, if you beat me, well, I'd be happy to give you my favor. Also, I'd give you the option to purchase with
Well,
coin.
I
of
want to
course,
play. I want to play
any
the
of my
game that
decks.
Mintnir played before. I want to do what
Oh.
Mintnir did before.
Certainly, certainly. If that's the case, find the sphere where it's hidden by kind here. And he makes the big circle of cards spread out. There are 22 cards.
Grim's
Find
gonna
one
like
of them.
put his little hand under his breastplate,
Mm-hmm.
and the little far kitten's gonna come out,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna just like whisper to her and just be like, "Okay, little kitty. Now which one has the sphere behind it?" Because the kitten has blind sight.
Oh yeah. Make me a sleight of hand check to do this without the guy noticing you're asking
I
a
should've just
blind
asked the sword.
a creature to. if
No,
he knows things.
I'm not gonna be. He's not gonna be stealthy about it. He's not. He's not a stealthy person. He's like, "Okay, kitten. Like, which one do you think
Oh.
has it?"
So he pulls it and
He's
he's
just
like,
asking the cat.
It's like, oh, a cat under there. You're gonna let your kitty cat decide? Ho ho ho!
It's obvious. It's just a weird looking cat.
It just kind of looks at you for a moment and goes, and you watch as its like lips splits down the middle, and it.
Let it like poke one of the cards with its tentacle.
Yeah, it just like
There's no,
pinpricks.
he
and
has no guarantee
feel,
whether or not it's
no,
gonna
you
work.
feel a little tentacle come around the back of your neck and like poke into it a little bit, and it just sort of turns your head towards one of the cards. Like
And
a
he's gonna be
knee-jerk
like,
reaction.
okay. And he'll just take his little tentacle and just be like, that one.
That one he goes, well, sir, we have a winner, and he turns the card around, and you see behind it, it's Fate. Is the card it was hiding behind. Well, very well, very well. As it is, would you like the option to purchase from my many wares, or would you like a little bit of cash prize?
Well, we're trying to get more of these so that we can meet the lady.
Very
so-
well, cash prize it is. Well, I tell you what, dear friend, for your very interesting cat, I'll give you 9 times the prize. So, 900 tokens for you, sir. Best of luck on your purchases.
Just want to
Thank
say I
you.
pulled a card for shits and giggles, and it was the Fates.
That's really funny.
That is really cool.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Thank you, kitten.
And
Which I'm going to
squeezes back
name.
on your armor,
I'm going
which
to
is a
name this
much
kitten.
thinner gap than it should be able to squeeze through.
I'm gonna name this kitten Nephernon because that's
Awesome.
what Sophia named.
So,
One of my cats from.
as you
above-
receive
above.
your 900 tokens from below, or from above, making this deal with him, it says, so who wants to play the game? Are you ready, friend?
Do you want to play the game, Mindy?
Uh,
I have played too many card games today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so if you're going to do
I'm-
that, I need you to make me 3 different checks to see if you can beat him.
Be like,
The
"Fetty, we now have
first
1,400 tokens."
is an investigation check.
Oh shit.
The second is a wisdom insight check.
Oh, this will
And
go
the
great.
third is a deception check.
All right, so investigation. That's an 18.
Okay, on investigation.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
What was the next one?
Insight.
Insight.
Only I had guidance. I don't.
That's a 4.
Okay, you definitely lost that one.
I can't help him with that, can I? Probably not.
Not on this.
And then deception.
Yep.
Oh wow, it was in good
would've been
number,
no
then it
help
fell
with
to a
that either.
4 for a 6.
So, as you play the game, it seems for at the beginning like you know what you're doing, but the second you begin to figure out how the game works, you realize that this satyr is not playing fair. And he quickly comes in and pulls out exactly the cards he needs to trump you. Says, sorry, friend. Looks like you don't quite have it.
Just kind of looks at the cards again, like, huh?
It's okay, Mindy. These games are very confusing.
All right.
I think I should stick to dice.
Grim, did
I
you
was
also want
playing
to
the
try?
blackjack. That had to play like 100 games before I got. It's a lot of cards.
Did you want to try?
Oh, this? No, Grim is. I don't think this would suit me.
Says, very well, but feel free to come by again. Meanwhile, underneath SETI, deep below in the lair of this resplendent dragon, what do you choose? 10,000 tokens, or what's in the box?
Go for it.
I have the strong suspicion that your lady is some kind of fey creature, and I promised myself a very long time ago I would not play games with fey. My vote is to
The
take
dragon
tokens.
begins to readjust herself, and she says, "You may certainly choose whatever you like, but I will let you know. Whereas I once rode across the sky, taking with me my many fey friends, the one that leads this place is no such creature." But the choice is still yours. And no choice is wrong.
I glance at Clary.
Clary's like, "It is entirely up to you. I support you."
Are you going to be mad at me if I don't take the mysterious object in the beautiful box?
That's what I think personally. I
as a-
think it would be metaing to not take it personally.
In my particular time of... I mean, in a sense, he's not wrong.
Well,
because
my-
you as a player know what's inside.
Seti has not gambled because she believes this is a Fae establishment, and she is not playing games with the Fae.
Yeah, but that's fine. But it's totally fine. You shouldn't know what's in the box. The fact that you know what's in the box is making it a bit meta. But that doesn't mean that choosing the money is necessarily meta. It's just... It just inherently makes it a little bit more complicated.
It gets us toward our immediate goal and still gives us like spending cash somewhere else to get.
Grim has told you that he has 1,400 at this point, though. So you do know that we have 1,550 already.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
So, anyway, so
Well,
she's like,
1,551 because of Nir's pity one.
Yeah, his pity one. I forgot about that. So the choice is yours, and though as much as I enjoy your company, please make the choice swiftly.
Would Seti's curiosity win?
No, because she didn't want to come here in the first place.
All right, then take the 10,000 coins.
I just feel like everyone's gonna be mad at me if I don't take the box.
No, nobody's gonna be mad at you.
I don't want the box.
A little sad that I don't get to play with the toy, but totally understandable.
So as she gestures, she says, "Very well," and as she does, like a little bag begins to wrap itself around the 10,000 tokens, and the bag sort of shrinks down a bit. She says, "Those will fit until you need to spend them, and be much more easy to carry. Goodbye, dear. Please let that of my brood know that I am thinking of her."
Maybe we have a name.
Of course. I'm Pazradine. Pazradine? Pazradine? Pazradine.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Well, now we have to know which cards weren't in that one.
She takes and drags the deck of 66 cards back underneath the aquam.
Okay.
66 cards.
66 cards.
So all of them
Triple.
might have been in there, but the fact that there were more meant that it was less likely that you would get the bad ones, or
It is in fact less likely to get bad ones in the deck of many more things.
maybe.
God.
But there is still a chance of
That
just deleting your character.
There's still a chance of just deleting yourself. Or
Incorrect. Nothing in the deck
that-
of anything permanently deletes your character.
well, there's like you
Really?
die and can't be resurrected or something, right? And then there's the thing that happened to Grok
If
where
you-
they had to do
if
a
you-
whole epilogue to go save his soul because he drew
It
from the
causes
deck.
chaos. And there are times when your soul will be trapped in another dimension. And there are times when you'll be imprisoned in a sphere floating through the astral sea that you'll have to find a way to get to. There are many bad things that'll happen.
My
Nothing
daughter's in the astral sea.
Nothing can't be
She'll see.
controverted. That happens in the deck of many things. It will not ruin any campaign if the players are capable of dealing with fantastical odds.
Yeah, that's like I mean that's how they did it in Critical Role. Was like we're level 20, the campaign's literally over. Let's draw from the deck.
But this one's so it's not as bad as the deck of anything.
Yeah, don't go read up on it though, guys. Don't spoil it in case it
In
comes
case
up
it
on
ever
another
pops
thing.
back up. Yeah.
Don't read it.
Well, I can.
What's in?
forget.
Oh, so what's on the wall then? Let's go see what's on the wall now that we got all this money.
So as you take your 10,000 coin, go upstairs. There's a moment where you get back up and you look around. All of the pedestals gone. Room's
Yeah, they're not gonna
completely
let anybody
empty.
else give
It's
me
just
that.
unadorned, and then there's just an opening on the way through.
Well,
As you head back out, you see that there is a goblin sitting there. It says,
Well then, my lady. The lady of the house will be waiting to see you.
can my friends come? Or just me?
he says, and you look and you see that there are two people that are already on either side of Grim,
Oh.
of Mitnir, already knowing they're in your group.
Right.
And
Well
as
then.
you are all kind of half pushed towards the stairs, you begin rising and being gestured off to the western wing. And as you head down this way, we will go ahead and end our session.
No.
Because this is the time we had to end, right?
It is time to end,
work.
but
So there are items in the shop that you can buy. However, you only had one chance to get the biggest deck of many things there is. And you have
that's
passed on that.
okay.
At least from this
okay.
source.
Yeah, but Grim now has token sack
Devastated.
envy.
Yeah, nobody went and talked to the fortune teller who uses a deck of many things to tell fortunes. But they only
We
have
can still do
9
that,
cards
though.
in their deck, which I was gonna have Beelan grab the 9 cards out and do the drawings for you guys.
We can still do that though.
Which is why I
Yeah,
had
I mean,
to
we're
get
still
to-
in the
Which I
establishment.
was like, hey, you guys should go check this out. I'm like, give Beelan something to do.
Yeah, but we can still do that. We
Would
can still do that
we-
next
Yeah.
time. And we'll
Okay,
still
yeah.
have our tokens when we're done, right?
And if you
Oh,
give us
yeah.
a list of like
Well,
shop
depending.
stuff in between, we might even go gamble more.
I was gonna say,
Uh,
do you want to give us the like shopping list and we can do the shopping part in between sessions? But also, like that's
Well,
assuming
I
that
will
we're
tell
gonna
you this.
do that after the meeting.
It's most of what they do is also gambling, right? So the
Right.
better prices are for gambling. So you gamble for items is the best way to do it. Otherwise, you can look through their catalog and there are purchasable items that you can choose from.
Yeah.
There are things you can get in the random grab bag that are not available in the purchasable items, but I will get you guys a list of the ones that you can choose and what their prices are.
Yeah, give us the purchase.
There's also grab bag prices too, right? Like there's like premium grab
So
bag.
grab bag for uncommon items is 100 credits. Grab bag for rare items is 500 credits. Grab bag for very rare items is 1,000 credits. Grab bag for legendary items is 5,000 credits. If you want to choose your own, it'll be 10,000 credits for legendary items.
If you wanted to choose your own legendary.
Yep. So that's the gift that you were given, was a legendary item worth of tokens.
And what's
But maybe the best legendary items won't be showing up because it's not grab bag.
but like but the grab bag of legendary could be like any legendary.
You don't know what's in the pool.
Okay, but it's gonna be a much bigger pool than like the couple of legendary items that are on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, I can pull up the thing right now and I can break the list down and
Let's
stuff. It's a
wrap
list
up
of like
the stream part, and we can.
Oh, yeah,
do
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Shopping.
the overall list of items that this place has available is like 60-ish items.
We couldn't wrap up the stream. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so sorry
well,
about that.
yeah.
Well, with that, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. We immediately got to our after game talking because that's the we're excited about talking about stupid shit. So thanks so much for hanging out, guys. We love you, and remember, we did it for
We
the
did
week.
it for the
Part
Lord.
of the deck.
we did it for
Did
the
it for
deck.
the
No,
deck.
no, not today. We did it.